good
for a
podcast.
Background. Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Weekly Geek. It's strange. Weekly Geeks, Geek First episodes all around going on, multiple episodes with more than two people going on, but that's a good time. I am.
Is that me or is that him?
That's Travis just
No.
completely right as he's introducing his own name.
Hell of a time. Well, just you pass the buck. See you. Who are you?
Hey, my name is Dylan Musk. Who are you?
I guess I'm still the program, Taylor Field.
Still the program. Forever
still
the program.
Still the program. Yeah. As Travis was saying, news, Weekly Geeks, we're just popping off, and right now Comic-Con has been unpacking this weekend so far, and we got a lot of stuff just kind of break down and to discuss. So it's going to be an absolute banger of a Weekly Geek breakdown here amongst us two currently. And look at that, we got Mr. Snell. I think a baby just took out my Wi-Fi.
Yeah. These things happen. Has that ever happened to you? Has any of your babies ever ripped Wi-Fi cords out or anything like that?
No, I've instructed my babies to know the dangers of pulling the Wi-Fi out. So,
but when they're really young, I don't think they can understand those concepts, can they?
Not particularly, but I mean, if they're really
So
young,
how do you do it?
I make sure that they just don't operate near the Wi-Fi. I mean, I try to picture what Travis has like a penned area, like a fenced area. So does he put like the Wi-Fi modem in there where the babies can access it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to keep it in a high security area.
That's right. Absolutely, you do.
I was just playing Hitman, and all the security camera offices, like those are always in high secure areas. So no toddlers are gonna accidentally walk in there and mess with that stuff. I got to sneak my way in.
That's right. Absolutely. But he's still pulling strings behind the curtains. He's wanting us to break down trailers first. How about that?
There's a lot of them today, so we really can't mess around here. We got to get to it.
We got to get to it. So hopefully he does find his way back into the fold here. But yeah, we're gonna start off with. DC was popping off today. I guess the past little bit here. But we got new Clayface, new Lanterns trailer. So Dylan, I'm curious. I feel like we can just dive into to both here. I don't know unless you want to choose one over the other, but whatever you decide. How do you feel about these two trailers?
I'll start with Clayface because I'm trying to. I feel like maybe it was the Evil Dead when we saw Evil Dead Burn. That was maybe the first time I saw a trailer for Clayface, and just tonally and the vibe of it was very different than what I was expecting. Because it's like a DC thing, so I thought it'd be like a traditional superhero movie formula, but it's very much not. It's very much like a body horror sort of situation, which is pretty cool. I feel like that's a thing with these comic book movies is we don't always necessarily get a ton of variety in the types of things. Like especially with the MCU, it's like very formulaic at this point in time. So it's pretty cool that this is kind of one of the earlier movies. Like I guess this is the third. Is it the third movie in this new DCU? Superman, Supergirl in this, or is there one I'm missing?
Ooh, why do I feel like there's one more?
I mean, there's been shows and stuff.
There's been shows, yeah, but I think you're right. I think it's the third
pretty
feature
early
film.
on because it's coming out in September, I believe, or October or something. So pretty coming out pretty soon. So interesting to see. I don't know. I imagine something like this too, compared to like a regular comic book movie. I imagine the budget's a lot lower. Probably have a lot less profit, but I think maybe that something like that could be profitable and good for them in the long haul. We'll see what happens there. But I'm actually like a big fan of this trailer and I guess the previous one. They're kind of the same to me. But yeah, I think the effects look really good. I think it looks creepy, man. When Homie is cutting skin off his face in an airplane, in a live plane where there's some turbulence going on, like that is freaky stuff. It makes me a little bit squeamish. So I'm really liking the look of this movie. I think it looks pretty unique and cool. And yeah, it definitely stands like so many of these DC things. I haven't seen any of the new DC stuff under the Gun banner, and I don't plan to see really anyone's other coming out. But this one actually looks really cool, and this is something I definitely would check out when it hits streaming. A month or two after release. So count me in for Clayface.
Speaking of being counted in, look who's back into the fold here.
Yeah, you can blame Sydney Hart Snell for that one. It's funny because I was sitting here, and people don't know where my balcony is. Well, they wouldn't know, but because I've never explained this, the location right beside is the living room, and right next to the wall is the TV stand, everything like that. And I can just hear some Like that's her thing. I'm like, uh-oh. Like there would only be sound if you were behind the TV stand, which she's a big climber. And then I look and she's just sitting on the subwoofer. She had done the damage. So
Where's Emily? Good discipline.
She's making bottles. She's making bottles.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So yeah, she'll be in trouble later, you know. So but I was gonna ask you guys, how you guys doing? I didn't ask you off air. That's why I was like, I'll just ask you on air.
You're gonna ask us now after we're already into the meat and potatoes?
Oh yeah, you know, or I'll detour back later. I guess so.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah?
I was just playing some Hitman, which I'm just totally addicted to again.
Nice.
And I had a very funny situation where I chucked some gunpowder to try and distract someone, and then there was right next to a guard. I was trying to get the guard to turn around. He didn't fucking care at all that some guy threw gunpowder, and then like this other lady walks up to the gunpowder to check it out. And then it just blows up. I did not realize. I thought it was just, until you like shot it or ignited it, it didn't blow up. But it just has like a 10-second delay. And then I was in this mansion, and there was like 30 dudes after me, and it was crazy. And I did not die. I survived through the whole thing, and it was pretty nuts. So I'm doing good. I'm on a high right now because that was like 5 minutes before we went live here. So I'm doing good.
There is something fun about Hitman when there's about 30 guys after you because that's not the traditional way. So it definitely feels like you're in uncharted territory.
Definitely.
That was always a fun thing. I think they're even more so that way now about the sneaking. But even Blood Money, I would love playing through the whole game and being like, okay, I'm going to try and kill everybody in this thing or make a ruckish of it, And obviously last charity stream we saw Kirkland try to do that and it didn't go well for him. But
yeah.
How are you doing? Weekend's upon us?
Weekend's upon us, yeah. Madison has officially left the building with the baby.
Well, you?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just me and the girl this weekend.
Taylor's like Tinder profile pops up like that, like the handle she's left.
Here's the link. Here's the QR code. You can scan.
Yeah. Here's what I'm looking for. So.
But no, it's an ever revolving weekend. I'm just kind of like pivoting and just kind of gauging, like, man, like because I feel like when Madison's here, and the boy are here, you're like, okay, I got to be on my guard. I got to, just got to like make sure like I can just kind of, provide, like driving around, deliver and do all this kind of stuff, man of the household kind of thing. I mean, with the teens here, she's super chill, like super, super easygoing. Me and her, we jive. So,
good after she's 3 now.
It's good that you jive.
She's 3 now.
Yeah, I'm glad you jive with the 3-year-old now.
We jive. Well, there's some parents that don't jive with their kids. It's
I guess so.
dynamic.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, I was just the weekend's been pivoting. I've been kind of back and forth. Like, do I want to go do paintball tomorrow? And then Sunday, I'm thinking like, should I take Satine to see Moana? So I'm just kind of like gauging around.
Is that going to be her first time doing paintball?
Yes, I'm gonna put the gun in her hands, mask on, everything like that. And
definitely a few rounds of
out
armor.
there.
I feel like she'll definitely need that.
Yes, yeah, a few little bits of padding for sure. But yeah, it should be a good time. Should be pretty exciting, and because Madison gets back mid next week, so we've got the Monday and the Tuesday still with just us. But I'm not going to go into detail specifically, but I'm seeing a certain somebody on Tuesday for some.
Oh, your Tinder date?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
This sounds really suspicious. I'm not going to go into detail, but. Yeah.
I'm excited though to see this individual on the Tuesday if everything aligns and works out because it may
Potential
benefit
announcements.
but may benefit some announcements. That's right.
Yeah, like we said, I had that banner up. GV Day, we're not done announcing stuff. It's just confirming on guests, Very likely, I think Mr. Tyler Saris is joining for the Strikers tournament. He did text me and be like, "Oh, that trip's not happening." Him and Amanda were planning a trip. He's like, "I got to do some help some parents move, and then after that I might be free." So I'm lining that up.
No,
so yeah,
I just told Amanda I got to play the Strikers match. I'm sorry.
yeah. So that's why. But next week,
He and I have been playing a ton of Rocket League, so he'll be geared up for some soccer, I think.
I don't know. I feel like you asked Taylor, that's not going to mean anything because that happened before, and then I feel like it really let him down in the semifinals there in the Geek First Gauntlet tournament there. I think Taylor's jazzed, but check out that. The only two things I'll promote all this stuff later in between ad breaks and whatnot. But the biggest things, August 8th, obviously GV Day. We've got tons of stuff going on. Like I said, we're still announcing stuff. We'll get more on that later. But 12 events, 10 hours. Going to be a very fun time as usual. And then tomorrow we will be back a little earlier though. We're going to be back if you're listening to this or tonight, depending on when you're listening to this. We're going to be live. I guess I should say the dates at July 25th, 2006. 2026. No, 2026, 5 p.m. PST. We're gonna be live reacting to the Marvel panel as usual. It's not gonna be anything. They don't stream it, but we like to react and break down the news. Hopefully, there's something. Usually, when we've done these, we've hit it pretty good. We will be joined by the Marvel Alliance boys as well, so check out for that. So we're gonna be talking that. We're talking some Spidey predictions and anything they announce. So could be a very big show, could be a meh show. I don't know, but I think they're gonna bring the heat. Feige this week said, "Hey, we don't come to Comic-Con unless we got something, some special surprise and everything." So yeah, look out. That'll be on the feeds if you can't catch it live. But if you want to watch it live, like if you are everybody else in the world that's not in the Comic-Con Hall H panel, and you're just like, oh, I'm hearing these updates, come join us. Have some laughs, have some breakdown, see some shenanigans, just like this Clayface trailer that Taylor and Dylan were talking about. Dylan's giving us thoughts. I heard them because I was listening on the phone with the data. Taylor, have you gone though yet? Because I came in when Dylan was talking. Okay.
I'm gone.
I'll let you go because I just rambled off a bunch of plugs. So you take it away.
Yeah, this my goodness, this trailer, it's it's funny how I think most people genuinely just cringe when they watch this kind of like body deformation abuse kind of stuff, like just like the cutting of like the eyelids and just all that kind of just things, It's just, it does something to just get under your skin in a very unnatural, weird way, and they do not hold back in this trailer. Like just they're showing some very grotesque things of him just like stepping around and like his hands like changing around in shape and whatnot, and it's not like it's violent gore. It's just unsettling, bone tingling kind of just grotesque visualization to see, because I can't really picture anything else that's kind of similar to this. Yes, there are things that's like body horror, obviously. Like you have Substance, you have other things like that. When you're looking at this trailer and the way that the body is just kind of like actually shifting around like clay, like he's in the bathtub and his body's changing around and he's just moving his hand on his body, and just several other scenes that were parallel to that. It's just gross. And I would really love to see this kind of bridged and continued on to fighting a Batman or something like that. I think it'd be really cool to kind of see that in live action. Batman? Put in Matt Reeves' universe.
Somebody get these beggars out of here!
I got to turn that down.
I'm glad that's in there.
The actors were hinting about that. They keep talking Matt Reeves'
to
universe.
Matt Reeves? I just know that they were hinting there's Batman Easter eggs in here.
No, and they're like, oh yeah, Robert Pattinson, maybe he'll be on the set and stuff. Stay away from my Reeves verse, But
yeah, I just think that at the end of the day, it's gonna be a movie that'll definitely have me kind of cringing for sure. But it's gonna be a very interesting thing to kind of behold. I always felt like DC could have capitalized against Marvel by tackling stories focused on these other heroes and other characters, and then when it came to the Snyderverse, I started to feel like maybe it's losing a little bit of steam. And then James Gunn really just ran with it when you got like the Suicide Squad and all these other just spin-offs that he's been doing. And it gets to the point where like, okay, well, a lot of these spin-offs, like there's some good stuff and some of it does have heartfelt meaning, but a lot of the characters kind of blend together. Creature Commandos has characters that just kind of seem very similar to the Suicide Squad characters, just the silliness, the zaniness, and they don't have enough uniqueness. And I think there was the one character that they were looking at. Was it confirmed? What was the guy's name? Because you were talking about in the Discord, Travis. Something the bear or some kind of animal thing or whatever.
Bear. The hit FX show?
No, what's the guy's name? Oh my god.
The bear. I don't know who this bear. I don't know who this bear is.
Adam Devine, I think, was cast as the guy, or like was in
Gorilla
talks to
Grodd,
be
the ape.
Yeah, I feel like that's just
With
another
telekinesis?
character. Yeah, I feel like that's another character that's just so like similar to all these other zany characters that James Gunn and DC has kind of tackled already. And I would, like I said, I'm down for them to tackle unique characters, but I think that Clayface is kind of that standout where you can. He doesn't feel like that Creature Commandos version where he's playing Xbox and he's just sitting on the couch. This feels like, again, very different. I know it's the same
version
Clayface.
though. They confirmed.
I know
this
it's
week.
the same, but this just feels like a very different tone. And I think this is something like I don't know exactly how big a hand James Gunn has on this project. I can't fully recall. I don't think it's really much? Did he write it? Or
But we don't know about that, right? Because Supergirl, he didn't write, direct, he just produced. But then, he's choosing the final song. He's using this. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember he's a director, but he is also still a Kevin Feige type of that thing, right? So I would say no matter what, in the final cut, he's getting, I'm not saying, change this, but he's like either yang or nang some stuff, right? And everything. So I think his handprints would be somewhere over this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're talking about with like the more weird characters, you say, they should do that, then maybe they shouldn't do that. I think they just got to be selective, right? I think that's why everybody was speaking of James Gunn. You look at Guardians, everyone brings up like, that's why he's obsessed with this, right? Because Guardians work, so he feels like he can do it. But Marvel had a string of big hits before they started to dip their toes in those more weird, obscure characters. And even then, I get it, right? Like Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, they weren't the heavy hitters. They weren't Spider-Man, X-Men, but they went with the heaviest hitters they had at the time, right? Like the most well-known of what they owned. So that's why I think that they're kind of doing it in a different way, where they're obviously, other than Superman, they're doing a lot of side or different type of characters. And I think it's a case by case, because you look at Joker 1, massive movie, then Joker 2, not so much, right? Or even like a Blue Beetle, which is not weird, but it's just like someone lesser known. So I really don't know how this is going to do, because later on we're going to talk about that trailer, the other mommy thing, and I just wonder, because Resident Evil, and we're talking about that too. It's funny, we're talking all, you can tell the movies that are coming out in September and October, their marketing campaigns are starting now. Like obviously it is Comic-Con week, so they're dropping a lot of stuff. But hang on, movie release date. I just couldn't remember if it was late September 18th. I was just wondering at first when I saw this was coming out in October. I thought, I think that's like a surefire win for them. But I really don't know nowadays, because we got this. I think that other mommy, when we talk about the trailer, I think that's going to have some traction, because that trailer had a lot of traction. And I think this is it's a fine trailer. I think it's like a lot of other people say, I worry it's just Sony ruined it for us, in a way where it's just like, what I just see is, this feels like if you were to say this is connected to Morbius, I would believe it. It has those similar things of, guys has a deformity, he's looking for something, I feel great. And then it's like, you can't do this. It's like, well, I've been wronged a lot in my life. Those lines at the end of the trailer where Clayface is dropping like, I got to make things right, or I'm going to make people pay and everything. I don't want to get to where we got with Venom, Kraven, Morbius, even Madam Web, where it's like, they're villains, this villain tale. And then at the end, it's like, you don't feel that bad for them. And now they're fighting other villains. And like we've said, and Dylan, I'm not sure, you might have seen this in the Discord, but in Creature Commandos, this character does kind of become like a very like goofy type of character. And they've confirmed it's the same guy. So he's a very like, he's just chilling on his couch, playing video games, eating Doritos, like very like gun style humor, which isn't this, right? So that's why it's like, it's already hard for me to invest in. Like, I don't think this is going to be a guy that's going to go down and like fight Batman at any point, right? Which is the thing, same thing with the Sony stuff. They're always like, at some point there's going to be Spider-Man swinging around, and that never happened, right? And is it going to happen here? I don't know, because when Dylan said he doesn't plan to see anything under the James Gunn banner, I'm like, well, that banner might not be flying high, for too much longer, so it might be a different banner. But overall, I thought the trailer was good. I agree with you guys that it has some gross out moments. I think if you always got to go for the stuff that's realistic, so everyone's had that thing where something's in your eye. Obviously, this is like a huge degree. I don't think we've had any eyelids like swollen, but you've had that. If anyone's had pink eye, you guys ever had pink eye before?
I don't think I've ever had pink eye.
Nope.
Terrible. I think I've had it, twice. I feel like once really bad, and a second time was just like, a little. But I had one where it was you wake up and your eye was just, it was solid, and you had the pus, and it's gross. Anytime your eye, because, like we don't even think about it, it's just second nature. You're looking around. The second the eye's taken out, it's done. So I think that's good. I like that they are saying they're gonna like save his final form to the film. We only see like his shoulder here where he's like rising up, and I think that's smart. I think that's a good idea. Like, save something. I don't think he's gonna be that way a bunch, because I think that's what is gonna save this. I think they're gonna make this, or they've probably made it a relatively cheap movie. And you look at all the people in here. No one's the biggest stars like Naomi Aki, who like I like a lot, but I don't think people know her name. Which that to me was like the funniest scene where I didn't check out, but she gives him this shot, like, all right, tell me everything happens. And then he's running around, my face. And then he's on the ground, and he swaps out of it. Oh, great. I've never felt better. I imagine in the actual movie, he sits back down in the chair, and they do some more tests and everything like that. But it just feels like she, believed him right away. It was like, okay, you're fine. Have a good day, Matt Hagen. So, I am really curious about how this goes. As we know, Mike Flanagan wrote this script. He's a great writer, so he's not directing, but Yeah, I am very curious when we get there of just how this is going to play. And like I said, is it going to be more of a Joker type, or is it going to be more of a Morbius, Craven, I won't even say Venom, because Venom first one's very successful with a lot of people. But I don't know. So overall, I think this trailer did the first trailer I think got me a little more excited, and then this trailer matched that excitement. Didn't dip, but didn't rise up either. It's a nice consistent surfboard going on right now with the waves and everything. So do you all have time for Jesus Christ today?
All the time.
You're not one of my students, are you?
So in August we have Lanterns coming up. Dylan, did you watch this trailer? If so, do you have any history? Have you ever seen the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern? Do you have no
maybe
history?
5 minutes on TV, but
yeah.
never sat down and watched the whole thing.
So you're
We
pretty
did a
much
watch along to that, didn't we?
No, I think it was just you, me, and Kirk. No, we didn't do a watch along. We did a retro, a DC retro at some point.
I don't think I was part of that.
No, Dylan
I
wasn't
thought
part of
we
that.
I have
watched it at your
forgotten about
house.
things I've done in the past. So
No, I think that was in the day when we were recording cast and you guys walked over when I was still finishing the movie. I think I was still in that mindset. But Dylan, you're a blank canvas when it comes to the Green Lantern. So, does this do anything for you?
no, this. My God, what do they do? What are they doing? Remind me, is this a show or a movie?
It's a show. I think it's 8 episodes. HBO though, so high quality TV.
I don't know if there's anything I want to watch less in the world than this freaking show.
Whoa.
This looks so generic and so boring, and no one is giving any sort of performance here. Everyone's just kind of phoning it in. I don't know what the selling point of this story is supposed to be, but it was hard for me to imagine what anyone would find appealing about this trailer personally. And obviously, if you're really connected to the comics, sure, maybe it's there's some stuff there, but I don't know. For a general audience member, someone who's not in there, I don't know what they're going for here with this. I don't know what the objective is, but wow, I thought this was a pretty garbage trailer, to be honest.
It's interesting because I don't know what both Clayface and this. I'm interested how they go, because the first trailer, Dylan, when this came out, because I don't think you saw that when the first trailer came out. Green Lantern, also you can imagine, they're very space heavy. They're very much they have different lantern rings, the Green Lantern Corps, their base operations are in space, and every lantern or a few are usually their space cops. And it's okay, Dylan, if you're a Green Lantern, you're looking after Saturn, and Taylor, if you're a Green Lantern, you're looking after the Mars district, right? So they all see these guys, they're designated to Earth and everything, but that was already, I'm speaking for myself, but people are I don't know, this show's gonna be mostly Earth-based for these characters that are big into space, right? Now, granted, again, because of budgetary stuff, they probably don't want to do that. They want to try and build.
It's expensive to shoot on Saturn, so
it very much is. We've looked into it, and it's not possible for us yet, but maybe a GV 20. So the first trailer that came out, Dylan, and it was very much this isn't Green Lantern. It's just a cop show. It's very gray. It's very boring. And then the last two trailers have been very, I won't say very, but a lot more of look at the ring and look at the constructs they can make. And there's a bird. There's that. So that's where I don't know where at first I thought, okay, the first trailer looks like this because they want to go for the HBO viewers. Because HBO, Penguin Watch, it's not a abundance of superhero stuff on HBO, right? That's more your high big dramas. So it's not a shoe-in audience. So I think that's why the first trailer is okay. Let's get in those people, right? Let's get in the people that think this could just be a something's going on crime show. But then I feel these last two, and this trailer has been way more. This is a big time superhero show. So that's where I'm curious of which trailer is the real show and who is this going to appeal to? Now, for me, them saying the Martian or the Manhunters or the things they're hunting, like you said, that locked me in because as a comic book guy, that is you remember Martian Manhunter, Dylan, right? The big green alien. That's his species. So it's what is this idea of, okay, why are these things on Earth? What are they doing? I do agree with people, and it's very unfortunate for them, but they did greenlight this. I think it's going to be a better version, but man, does that echo Secret Invasion a lot of there's an alien species on Earth and they're around messing with us. Mm-hmm. I hope that's just the pitch to get you in, but this trailer really, I was oh, it is Secret Invasion. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure you can make a better not sure. You definitely could make a better version of that show, but so for me, that character and that species being that is okay, that's a setup to Martian Manhunter and things we're going to be doing, and it is why are these aliens infiltrating Earth? What could they do? I like seeing all the contracts constructs and all the powers. I like the dynamic of John and Hal. I like, I got there. I like the idea of, oh, he's not your backup, he's your replacement. So there's this push and pull between. It's very like, me and Taylor like this is Star Wars, like the master and apprentice sort of thing, right? Obi-Wan, Anakin always thinking they're ready, and I like that, and I like the idea of. And I agree with you, Dylan. That's where there's that scene where he's talking to Sinestro. He's like a guy with the purple skin, and he's got like the mustache there. He was in the Green Lantern Corps, and he eventually kind of got radicalized, and he became a Yellow Lantern because he was filled with like, I think it's fear they want to put in people. Like they use that against people. So their conversation in the jail cell they're having is alluding to a very big storyline in DC Comics. But again, that's nothing for you guys to know about, right? That's just somewhere I'm like, oh, this. And I think Mike was the same way when he watched it. He was like, oh, now I'm in. And they were definitely, I think, dropping stuff for the comic book fanboys. But as we've seen with Supergirl, you need more than just the comic book fans to watch and stuff, right? So I think this trailer did get me very excited. I still don't love the entire concept like Clayface. I wish we had the big budget space adventure going crazy with Green Lanterns, but especially after Supergirl, I bet they're probably even happy they didn't, because that would not have been a minorly cost movie. So I'm way more interested in this than Clayface, and this trailer did a lot of good things, but I just also don't know what type of show it is yet, because I think the marketing's been kind of mixed, but I'm very excited to see in August. They've said apparently the rumors like the premiere is like an hour and a half, so it's like a full movie. Like so I'm really hoping this is something really good and something very serious, because people were kind of hoping that was Supergirl. It wasn't that. I didn't like what they did with Peacemaker and some of the DC characters there. Am I missing anything in DCU? Creature Commandos is silly. Superman's that silly, but it's like lighthearted. I'm not missing anything, right?
I don't think so.
So it's all been like, you're having a really good time, right? And I guess there's something where like the MCU, don't get me wrong, definitely got very comedic, but to me it's something like Captain America: First Avenger didn't feel like that like kind of comedy war movie, right? It had jokes in there, but I feel like this is a period piece type of thing. I think after Guardians, the MCU got a little more like, hey, we got to have a quip all the time, and that's some of my issues with it. But with the DCU, it has like a type of similar vibe that I don't want to have everything. At least with Lanterns and Clayface, I don't think those have that vibe. But Taylor, you have been on the fence with this show. At first you're like, oh, I don't think I'm reviewing this. Then you're like, oh, get back to me. This trailer, until you got to tell me, because in a couple weeks it's happening. So you in, you out? What do you think about this trailer?
This trailer had, I'm not gonna lie, it had like a little bit of like a Yellowstone vibe to it, just briefly, with like the cowboys, the ranch life, just out in the desert. I'm just thinking, man, I'm feeling it. Call me a liar.
I'm not going to. I believe you. It definitely has some of that going on. Yeah.
And so I was eating that up a little bit, and I'm super bad, Mike in the chat. I'm just like you. I was starting to get chills hearing that oath recited at the end.
That was great.
That was pretty juicy. That's one of those things that also lives rent free in my head. Is just that oath. It just kind of just sits there. And I mean, my experience with Green Lantern is pretty limited. Don't know really anything about the comics, but he's a character, or not he's a character, because there's many different characters that take the mantle. But Green Lantern in general is just something that I feel when I actually see it, I feel a pull to it. Guy Gardner and Superman, like, I think he was just way too comedic for me. And so there was some stuff that swung and it hit. But at the end of the day, I wasn't as pulled to it as I would be, let's say, like Ryan Reynolds. I know that movie is definitely very, it's very contested, but I was working at the movie theater at that time when the movie came out. I remember I got big banners for it from the movie theater, and I just remember watching all the time, and just that end scene with Sinestro, it got me super hyped, because just seeing, I love the idea that there's other Lantern Corps out there with all these different colors that focus on different emotions and like, state of minds, I guess you could call it. So I think that there's certain things in this universe with Green Lanterns that I just find really attractive, and I want to like get pulled into. So like another example with the Justice League Snyder cut, when you get the whole, I guess even just the regular Justice League, but that whole intro where you see the Green Lantern fighting against Darkseid and all that stuff, that was super freaking hype. And it was just the fact that that's the only Lantern you get in the Snyderverse.
Well,
so
he tried. Remember, he tried, and then they wouldn't let him put that other one in.
Yeah. So
they tried. The character, Dylan, the younger character in this one, Jon Stewart, when they did the Snyder cut, like the re-release. Obviously, Zack Snyder shot a scene in his parking lot or his garage or something, and he had like green screens built, and they had like green lights so they could like, because he's just shooting this on like cement, but to make it look like he's green. But then DC wouldn't let him put it in that because they're like, well, we got big plans for Jon Stewart, so you can't use him. We don't want people to think he's gonna be here. And then when was that? 2021 now, right? So 5 years later, these were these big plans they were building too. Like, again, I don't love all the Snyder films, but man, do they fuck that guy around a lot. Like, you can't put him in. It's like, wouldn't even matter. He would have just been in there, and you would I can't put him in there. We got big plans. Cut to half a decade later, and he's on an HBO show finally.
Yeah,
So he tried, Taylor. But.
I feel like this trailer definitely kind of pulled me in a little bit. In terms of just the action and just what's going on here, and again seeing Sinestro, that was pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I was happy he's purple because we got a couple of shots of him in other trailers and he didn't really look too purpley. So I'm happy he has like that hue to him. So
yeah, sticking with it. But I think that I'm probably going to join the reviews for this and just kind of keep it going, because I've come this far watching all these DCU projects, and so again, just seeing more of just the Lantern stuff here, and again that oath at the end, it's like, oh, this is some pretty juicy stuff. And I like how, like you highlighted, how it's not all him looking for like I'm paraphrasing teammate, but his replacement.
Yeah,
just kind of remind me of like Men in
tension.
Black. A lot of tension where Will Smith is just the replacement for Kay. So
yeah. And I feel like the other reason you were talking about them, like the Green Lantern's not a person, but it's a title. I feel like maybe you haven't made this conclusion in your mind why you might be pulled to them. I feel like they echo a lot of Jedi type of similarities, right?
Kind of, yeah.
You know, those Master Apprentice things. They got the different colors and everything. I wanted to ask you guys because just to play a game here. So technically, it has something else, but I think this in the trailer. But Dylan, if I were to say, what do you think the color green represents? I got 6 colors here. I just wanted to throw it out there. What do you think the color green represents? So those are our good guys.
Time.
Okay. Doctor Strange. Tay, what do you think?
Isn't it? I don't want to say it's hope.
It's
like,
similar to that,
it's
but
the
it's
opposite of.
it's an annoying.
Isn't it?
It's close. It's an annoying word. I would never say this. Willpower. So like.
Oh fuck me! Yeah.
So
I love that word. Why
again,
what's your problem with the word willpower?
I guess I don't have a problem with it. It's just like I feel like it is like what Taylor said. It'd be like hope or something like that. But it's like, no, it's actually willpower. But that makes sense why. Or even fearlessness, but that's why it makes sense, Taylor, why someone like Nathan Fillion's character Guy Gardner, who is that way in the comics, that's why he can.
Is in this?
Oh, Nathan Fillion's that'd be he actually would fit in the James Gunn DCU.
First.
He could fit somewhere 100%, but that's
I
why.
would see a DCU project if it had Nathan Fielder in it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who they get him as. I feel like Eggman. If you search up Eggman, he's a Batman villain. He's got an egg for a head. I think he could do it. Because that's why Taylor Guy Gardner, who's an asshole, can still have the ring, because it's about willpower, right? You don't got to be a good person technically. So I already said yellow is fear. What do you think red is?
That's got to be like hate or malice or something like that.
Okay, Taylor.
It's got to be anger.
Rage. Yeah, I'll give it to you guys. It's
Rage
that's pretty much just unfiltered anger and vengeance. So there you go. What about orange?
Sorry, what were the colors? We've got green willpower, red rage. What was the other one you mentioned?
Yellow's fear.
Yellow's fear. Something between fear and anger would be.
Yeah, and I'll stretch it on this one because this is a word that I don't think I've ever actually seen in my life.
Something between fear and anger. Maybe like in Inside Out, orange is anxiety. So maybe I'll go with that.
Okay.
I'll go with sexual passion.
Wow, that'd be something. So I'm gonna put in the chat right here.
Avarice. Yeah, what does that mean again? I always forget what that means.
The definition was powered by intense greed. It is uniquely wielded by a single, instable greedy. By the name of that.
Okay, so are these kind of like just the 7 deadly sins almost?
In a way. What do you think blue is?
Blue, I feel like could be like love related thing.
Sadness.
It's hope. There you go.
Fucking willpower again.
You took no hope and willpower is different. Indigo. This is a piss off one.
Oh fuck, GameCube color. Indigo. Wow, there's
Yeah.
blue and indigo.
There
That's
is, yeah.
wicked.
They
How
gotta
many
sell
colors are
comics.
there, by the way? Just so I have an
We
idea.
got 2 left. So
Okay.
I think
Indigo.
there's 7 in total.
Indigo.
Yeah.
God damn. I'm gonna say it's like like something to do, like a luck related thing.
Okay.
Determination.
Something about like fate, luck. Like that's the kind of realm I'm thinking in.
Compassion.
Indigo compassion.
A mysterious drive driven by compassion, often rehabilitating criminals by forcing them to feel it.
Feel it.
Feel it. And then last one, Violet/Sapphire.
Wait, what?
Violet/Sapphire.
It's the indigo again.
It's 2 colors at the same time?
It says Violet/Sapphire. So
What
I
the
imagine it's
hell?
like maybe they look different in the sun, you know?
Maybe it's like balance. I'm gonna say it's balance.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sadness again.
No, that's love. Dylan had it too early,
Love.
but love it is.
I
so.
did guess that for blue, but I guess sapphire and blue are clearly different.
Right, Colin looks like, oh, it's pink. Make it look, that's love, you know? So there you go. We're going to take a first ad break. Then we'll talk about some more trailers, and we'll be right back. And we're back. You didn't have to listen to the ad break. Patreon's down below. Everything you need to know. You can subscribe to the free feeds there, to video and audio. But if you don't want ads and you want a bunch of exclusives, you want behind the scenes, you want over 60 episodes this year, you want hundreds of episodes that are exclusive on the Patreon, you go do that now. Supporting us anyway, we are very grateful for. That is definitely the best way because we can add more shows, we can add more content, and that's something you're going to want to be doing. And you know what, maybe right now, unless there's something you really want, we just did Pirates of the Caribbean 2 retrospective, but unless there's something you really want, maybe save it to August 8th because GV Day, if we get super chats or Patreon subs or they get subbed up, we will go longer on the stream. Last year we went 4.5 hours longer, so we would really appreciate that. And but if you do want to join today's trivia next week, I forgot to say this in the opening, we're going to be putting everything out as far as the schedule, the events, what time the trivia is, everything. So look out for Patreon and social media. We're going to be laying down now that I'm kind of cementing when certain people could be here, certain events and whatnot, and we're still working on that. But yeah, we got a rough idea. So yeah, that's the place to be. A big shout out to our Patreon producers, Aaron Braden, April Darkness, Jack Grant, Superbad Mike, Galalas, Me69, aka Norman Fetus, Hidalgo, Hiya, Lenny Kravitz, Cocktail Clay, John No H, Sam Green, John M, Matthew Fletcher. Taylor, is that trivia done? Are you ready for it? You got, we're just by the time this comes out with podcast feeds, 2 weeks away. Are you guys ready in general? 2 weeks away?
Absolutely not.
GV Day, 11 years been doing this?
Oh, I haven't watched any of these movies for 2006. I'm cooked, boys.
You
It's not
said
happening.
you only have like 6 to 7 movies to watch, like really watch. You can do it.
True, but then
You
when I
can.
sit down in front of the TV, all I want to do is play Hitman. It's like, what am I going to do? Watch a movie right now? It's
That's
not
tough.
happening.
That's tough. You got to find something to do. Make sure when you're eating, don't watch any shows. No, that you should do. You should plan to do all stuff that you couldn't do during games, like clipping your nails. That's a good thing. Eating. That's another thing. Any like accounting or filing you have to do.
Okay.
You could sweep or mop your floors, and that way you can be like just the living room ones. Though you can be doing that.
I could put one on while we're podcasting on the side.
Yeah, you could do that. Your
Yep.
bike's back there. You could fine tune it.
I
Just
could fine
put
tune it. Just
3
finish
Yeah,
that.
fine
movies
tune
on
it,
at the
yeah.
same time.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant like somehow hook a TV onto my bike and bike around and watch movies, which would be sick.
Dylan goes climbing. He has like a rat. It's like something stuck to his waist, and it comes up with a TV, and he's doing that. So
Hell yeah.
there's ways. You got it. You got it. So
I'll figure it out.
In terms of the trivia, I mean, this will be the week of completion thing. That's what I do every time, because it's just
Scares
the questions just flood in. You know, I gotta wait at least 360 days
Smart.
to just feel the questions and the answers and everything like that. But as I said, I already got a pretty good hefty jump start on it when I got a bunch of things kind of like sorted out, and all throughout the year I've already been adding questions. So. I'll polish it off and get things finalized in there, and it's gonna be a hell of a time. I'm excited. The trivia is always it's a good
Oh,
time
yeah.
with the lifelines.
that's always a highlight because that is the most other than the most unpredictable things is that in the wrestling. You know, like what's gonna happen there for people, but like, and even strikers now because the strikers have been really good, and even then we got badminton going on. We got dodgeball. We got lightsaber duels. We got a water challenge, which I'll explain the day of. That'll be unpredictable. Like I said, we got the Strikers Tournament. The winner of that gets the supercharged skip for extra life come this November. They get to skip a game, which is very big. We will explain the day of, but very big. So we'll be doing a round robin of that. We got the Pizza Palooza, which I'm very excited for. I got to watch it. Tonight dinner we just did hot dogs because we were going to do something else, but we just did hot dogs. I did some chips, and it's a cheat day for me. I did too many chips, boys. I'm still feeling like, when you just got in your gut where it's like, you're not going to fall in, but you're just like, man, I definitely ate too much.
What kind of chips?
They were the old...
Takis?
No, not Takis. They were the old Dutch munchies. So not the regular Blue Bag munchies, the old Dutch ones. Those I prefer big time. They got Ringolos. Their Doritos are better. They have corn chips in them. Their pretzels actually taste like pretzels, in my opinion. Nothing against the munchies. That's a solid go-to. But the old Dutch ones specifically. Plus, I'm a big Ringolo guy. I one time bought them by themselves at Bulk Barn. I hear Tia. He doesn't know what a Ringolo is.
I have no fucking clue.
You will when you see it. They're satisfying things to eat. But I bought one at a Bulk Barn once, and Emily's like, why would you just buy just the Ringolos? Like, they're so good. Like, oh, I don't know. And then she had some, and now they've become a staple, like, beach snack for us. We get them all the time at the dollar store. And every time she's enjoying a Ringolo, I'm just like, what's wrong with the Ringolo, Taylor?
I'm not a fan of the Ringolos.
Oh, Dylan,
I
you a
know
fan?
what those
You gotta
are.
look it up.
I mean, I thought I knew what it was, and these are good. I like
Ringolo, yeah, Ringolo fans. Let me know where you're at, So,
I mean, I'm not buying a bag just to have, but
if they're good, why won't you buy a bag though?
I don't really buy a lot of those kind of things these days. I guess in general.
That's fair.
Like, I get like chocolate bar, but like
Yeah.
I try not to buy chips really.
Do you put them on your fingers and just eat them off your fingers one by one?
The kids do all the time, and then there's a Ringolo Finger song, so that is something there. But yeah, I tried, and that's why I think Dylan where I am because I've been lately really I think chips is the thing I've had the least amount of, and I think just today, then I was just enjoying it, and I just overdid it, and I was like, oh, I'm not the man I used to be. So again, that's why GV Day. There's a lot of pizzas. I'm sharing a lot of these pizza boys. So like I say, you don't gotta worry. Matty already, good guy Matty. He already sent me the money for the pizza. The day Michael hit $1 billion, that G was just like, here's your money. He I don't know if he just want to make sure he's paid up or he was just annoyed. Like that's it. I don't even want to look at it anymore. But I go and come from him. Go and come from Kirkland. So there's gonna be a lot. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna make a little plan about what to order, and we're gonna have just a smorgasbord. All I ask is, there's just one picture I want to take, and that's it. But I think again, Golden Geese, like Dylan mentioned, he's stressing about that, but that's still going to be lots of fun. Luckily, 06, we've watched a lot of stuff already. We're watching stuff right now. But yeah, let's get into all these other just random trailers. Jared Peter, Dylan Muss, how are you, bro?
It's a big question. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Give him a big answer.
He's looking out for you, That's good.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Yeah.
He's like, you remember me from high school? You owe me $20. He's going to say something
I don't
like
think
that.
I know Jared Peter, but I know you now. Next time I see you in the chat, I'll recognize you.
There you go. Okay, so let me throw, what were all the random trailers? We had The Other Mummy, we had Resident, I don't like saying it that way, but The Other Mummy, Resident Evil, The Uprising, The Uprising, Ebenezer, Blade Runner 2099, Rings of Power, and then I will talk about the Lestat, Interview with Vampire,
I
or
missed a
whatever.
couple of those other ones.
So-
Fucking Uprising. Uh-oh. Oh, I see.
Uprising, you might have seen during, we got it for Odyssey.
Oh, I thought it was a TV show.
No, isn't it the Andrew Garfield trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's a movie.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
And then,
trailer.
and then I Love Rocky. Did you guys watch I Love Rocky?
I absolutely watched that trailer.
Okay, there we go. Dylan, let's start with I Love Rocky. Oh, sorry,
Let's
I play
start with
Rocky.
I'm Rocky.
I play Rocky. We both
I
screwed
know
up the time.
very little about Sylvester Stallone as a
Sly.
guy. I feel like I've not seen much of his. I've never seen Rocky. I don't know. I know what this stuff is, of course. It's a big deal, but I've never seen this stuff. I fucking loved this trailer. I think this movie looks like a vibe. I think it looks... it's so meta in a way to like do a biopic like this on like a Hollywood actor like making their first script or whatever.
Yeah.
I was kind of into the story. Like I assume this is a true story that he wanted to make this thing.
Big time.
I
He
didn't know
sold
about
his
any of that.
dog to make this story, to get money.
That seems like a fun story. I think that's quite interesting. I do think that there's an element of this that it looks very cheesy, and I think the acting, and maybe that's just how Sylvester Stallone is, and I don't have enough of a concept of what he's like and what he talks like. But I think the performance is like so whack in a way that seems very fun. This almost feels like the Weird Al. What did he do? He did like a
Oh, the Daniel Radcliffe one?
Yeah,
where it was
yeah,
like a
that thing.
mockumentary sort of thing?
Yeah, like it almost like it had that. I know it's not bad, but it had that energy for me in a way that seemed like I would just be cracking up watching this thing, and I'd probably learn a thing or two. And maybe it'd be weird, but I might watch this before I ever see the original
Whoa.
Rocky, which is kind of a crazy idea. But I kind of love this trailer for what it is. I think it actually looks pretty interesting and goofy at the same time.
That'd be wild.
I don't think they're going for goofy, to be clear, but I think
No.
that was my takeaway, and for me that works.
That'd be wild. That's like how Kirkland's only seen the Disaster Artist, but not The Room. That's almost what you'd be
crazy.
doing,
Yeah,
you know?
that's bizarre.
Yeah, I didn't dread it seeing this, but I was avoiding this trailer. I'm not a Sylvester Stallone guy in two ways. One, him as a guy, and then this is the same way everybody has these arguments when you're older, right? Or when you're a kid, whatever. When you grew up, you're either a Sylvester Stallone guy or you're an Arnold guy. I was a full-on, bona fide Arnold Schwarzenegger guy. That was my guy. That was my act. And the stuff like that Stallone did never really talk to me. I was never a big Rocky guy. I wasn't into Rambo. There's lots of things I probably need to rewatch and reappraise. And we
Tulsa
almost.
King.
I'm not watching Tulsa King. I'm not watching the Paramount Plus Red Network special. And it's funny because it was one of the selections. Rocky was one of the selections on our Patreon GV Day pick like retros, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, but like I don't mind it because it's like okay, it'd be interesting to go back. So but the thing is, I had heard they're making this, and what Dylan had said, everybody I have heard that had watched this trailer really enjoyed it. I think maybe was surprised because maybe the setup, everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be cheesy, but the story about Sly making this script is really inspiring and it's really cool and feels like one of those once in a million. So absolutely they should make it. I just had zero interest in watching this movie. So I was like, I don't need to see this trailer at all. I watched so many trailers and then I saw Mike put in there. I was like, okay, I guess I'm watching this trailer. And yeah, it looked good. I think if you like Sly or you want to know about that story, it would be there. I don't think I'm going to because I feel like I know the story enough. It's just a story that's been explained a lot, but unless it's a Golden Geeks pick or it's Oscars. If it's Oscars, then maybe I will around. I don't think it's going to get to that level. I think it's going to be just a very heartwarming, go-getter, you did it type of movie, you know, and nothing's wrong with that. So, yeah, it's a good trailer, you know, like I enjoyed it, but I also don't have that connection like a lot of other people do to the Rocky franchise, you know. So from the director of Green Book, there you go, Dylan. That might be another reason because you and I were big Green Book fans.
Great movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. So. Yeah, I might check it out at some point, but the odds are pretty low. Taylor, he's got the Arnold Schwarzenegger guy up there, so he already stated how he feels. Could be Oscars, yeah. I don't think so.
No chance.
I think this year's pretty strong too already. Like I think Odyssey is going to take up about 25% of those categories. Like I feel like you got Damon already. We know you got Timmy for Dune. You got other stuff going on. So, Taylor, this is one trailer you didn't watch, right?
I quickly perused through it.
You got any quick thoughts then?
It's funny because at a time when they're making a movie about the making of a movie, like I mean, obviously you highlighted The Room, and you got the Disaster Artist in that scenario, but I feel like that's got a very comedic kind of, a very big comedic approach to something like that. But I don't know. Like I'm interested, and I'd find a place in my heart to watch this at some point in time, but I just don't know if this is necessarily the movie that we need right now. Like I don't know.
But you need Sly to be dead or something?
No, not at all. You know, give me the
just
Tulsa
checking.
King movie.
Yeah,
But
you're trying to wish death upon me?
No, I just mean like, are you trying to say like, oh, because you said you don't need it now. So if they sit you down and say, hey, we want to make this Sylvester Stallone Rocky movie, and Taylor goes, well, not right now, and then they go, okay, well, when? What do you say?
I say that I feel like we need to create other ideas instead of just making a movie about a movie. You know,
A lot of people don't know the story though.
I get, but the story could be, I mean, you could write an autobiography, you know, a lot of these stories, you look at a lot of these celebrities, they have
Go write a
amazing
book.
autobios, right? You know, and you can read those experiences. But I'm not, I don't know. It's very peculiar to me to just be in an age when we should be able to just be coming up with amazing stories and narratives. But I question some of the things that Hollywood kind of decides to pursue in terms of things. Like, I mean, Madison almost put that He-Man movie on the other day, and I was looking at that. was like, oh.
Were you looking at that?
She was looking at that. We ended up watching I Love You, Rosie, or something Rosie. I can't remember. Anyways, I
I
digress.
love you, Rosie.
Can't remember.
I just like that all this stuff that's going on in Hollywood that could be issues, and the where Taylor draws the line. Like, I play Rocky. They're doing it wrong over there. There's no big effects in here. I imagine there's no CGI. I think it's gonna be an actor's tale.
Yeah, like I said, there's a place in my heart where I'll eventually get around to watching it. But I just think that a movie about a movie, it's just a very peculiar kind of thing to me. And I mean, a movie about the making of Rocky, that's just peculiar. Because what happens next? This doorway that opens up, like, are we going to get a movie about the making of...
Well, I think like you're talking about the Clayface thing. You only do that about the interesting movies, the movies that have issues or have a big story behind them, right? Like The Room, with
I feel like
disaster.
Taylor, aren't
artists.
you a big like behind the scenes guy, like DVD extras and watching like making ofs and stuff?
Not as much as you'd think. It depends. I'm kind of like...
Do you not see like the
it
appeal of
depends.
that?
I can see the appeal, but then that's why it's a behind the scenes on the bonus features of a DVD, right? And they don't make a 2-hour movie out of it. But I just feel like this opens the door to them exploring that even further. Like, you can get the making of Avatar, 2-hour movie coming to theaters. The bio of James Cameron.
No one
him
wants
just
that,
doing the
yeah.
whole thing. You have a young actor playing young James Cameron, writing the script, and no one wants to pick up and do Avatar yet. So he's got to do Terminator and Aliens first to get popularity enough to then pursue doing Avatar.
But
They could do it.
But here's the thing: it's just like with the Jackson thing, right? Because people went against me. I'm throwing fans thing when people are like, "Oh, that's not going to be that big," and people listed all these movies that had failed. You have to pick the right musicians to do the story for. That's why with both Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson, not only were they musically, big, talented, all that stuff, they had a bunch of controversy around them, and they're both dead. Like so I don't think it's going to be like, oh, we're going to make James Cameron's story. James Cameron, great, fantastic director. That's where I think that's a documentary. But I think the story of like Sylvester Stallone has to like sell his dog to get money to make this script. He pushes back against all these people. Like, I think there is a build. Now, I guess I don't even know why I'm defending this because I'm
Well,
not
then
going
you're
to fucking
gonna-
watch this movie. But
You're gonna get the making of let's see.
I feel like
Here's a
we're
good
already kinda
example.
we're already in this era though. Like we're getting just like biopics
Yeah.
frequently. They're getting spammed at us. Like I guess I'm curious why you feel like this is such a jump that we've got so many musician ones recently, but like
The
jumping to
musician
actor
ones
makes it a big
I
difference.
can understand because you've got I feel like that's very different from the movies. Whereas I can watch
But it's about them
Rocky and then
making
if I
music.
wanna, it's about them making the music, but it's about like that legacy where it comes to it's the music. When it comes to the movie aspects, like, well, I can watch Rocky and then I can look into the backstory of that journey of how the movie was made separately. It just, to me, it feels very different from the music. Whereas we could look at Ebenezer. We're going to talk about the trailer. So we got Ebenezer, and then it's like, oh, here's the making, the movie that was about the making of Ebenezer. Here's the trial of Johnny Depp. Everything he went through and all that stuff.
Okay.
Like, it's the same thing.
Well, they did
maybe
make that movie,
he
I
sold his
think.
dog to pay for lawyer fees, or I'm paraphrasing or whatever. But like they could tackle into the tribulations of that, and then him getting just pushing like, I gotta make Ebenezer. Here's the script. It's just, I don't know.
This is a very interesting take, Taylor.
yeah,
This is a hot
Good.
take.
I think it is. I feel like this is such a weird hill to die on here.
It
But,
is. It's like, why make the Odyssey? We have Homer's poem. Like, why do we need this movie? Like, it's interesting, this jump.
Well, that would be like, here's a making of the making of it. Like Christopher Nolan had to sell his dog to get the funds necessary.
He ain't selling no dogs, Christopher Nolan. I think the Dark Knight bought him all the dogs he needs here. But I was gonna say to you were talking about that movie, and I guess we can go to Ebenezer next if you want to get into it. There, right there, the Depp Heard trial and Tubi original. They made a movie about it. Well, retro.
Also,
right
everyone in the
before.
Discord, weigh in. Is Taylor's take crazy, or is this a totally sane take that other people have? I'm curious.
Which I'm happy to hear because I feel like
Someone make a poll. Maddie, get on it. Make a poll.
he's dead sleep somewhere in Montreal or in Eastern Time. He's
Wake
just-
up, make a poll.
Yeah, but I feel like Taylor, you haven't had like a hot take like this in a while. That wasn't like, I feel like most of now takes have been like, okay, I can see where Taylor's coming from. But now, even coming to 11 years, like, it's not one I expect. Like, musicians can have have movies about them, but the actors and directors, no, you can't. You can't do that. You can't tell us how it's made. But you brought up Taylor, so you must be excited for Ebenezer, directed by Ty West. You got Rupert Grint. Ron. You got
This is a
Daisy
Ty
Ridley.
West movie? My God.
This is a Ty West movie. You got
What happened to my boy?
you got Ian McKellen as the Jacob Marley. You got Daisy Ridley. I think I'm missing someone else, but yeah, what did you think of this trailer, Taylor?
There was.
Did it remind you of another trailer you'd seen recently as well? Okay, continue.
Should it?
I'll tell you after. It'll make sense.
I'm wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Rocky. Yeah, I honestly I had a good kick watching this just with Johnny Depp, and I feel like it's just been a kind of a hot minute since we've had that kind of Johnny Depp kind of humor and stuff. But
To the original Depp trial,
yeah.
What was a big laugh for you in this trailer?
There's a part where he's
That's a setup question if I've ever heard one.
There's a part where he's on the top of the stairs and it just does this quick little like zoom in of his face and he starts panicking. I don't know if it's the Johnny Depp factor or just with how they do the character, but just that mingled with him like on the bed freaking out and like him like at the end throwing the snowball, and he's just got all these little like weird like he's an old man doing just between being an asshole and just kind of panicking at the situation. And you have other iterations of Ebenezer Scrooge where yes, he's freaking out, he's panicking. Like my mom and I would always watch that. I can't remember which version it is, but it's an old black and white one, and that
Might be
one
the OG one.
It might be the OG one, and that one just would really freak me the fuck out as a little kid because it was very slow paced and it was very just like god damn it, freaky shit. But I mean, Travis has a question.
Just a quick plug. Go join our Discord. You can go vote in Great Superman Mike made the poll. Should movies about making movies exist?
Mike,
yes.
I said Maddie has to make the point.
he live air deletes it.
You
but
fucking keener. What are you doing?
yeah. But there you go. Down below the Discord. Join our Discord. Tons of fun. And it should be tons of fun this weekend. But
I'm going to cast my vote right now live on air.
yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, like it's funny because Scrooge always just kind of or Christmas Carol just kind of always just works its way in every single year as it should, but in different formats. Because like there was 2 years ago, maybe it was a year ago, but we ended up doing, me and my family went on this this actual sled ride pulled by horses, and then they went to like all these different stops out in the woods, and they had these giant like puppet like reenactments with like 30 people moving these things of telling the story of A Christmas Carol with all the ghosts and stuff.
Why didn't you tell me about it? You know, Christmas Carol is like one of my favorite stories of all time. This word, Mum is the word over there on this fucking guy.
This was
But
the
he'll be like, "You wanna
in-laws
go
got the
paintballing?"
tickets. The in-laws
Next-
got the tickets, so
Okay.
you know how that can go. But well, hey, if there's ever a paintball Christmas Carol story, you're the guy I'm going to go to.
Nope.
But yeah, it's just got something in this trailer that was just kind of pulling me in. I was enjoying it, and it just visually it seemed pretty cool too. It was kind of spooky but comedic at the same time, seeing these ghosts and whatnot. So especially that like white demonic entity thing.
Goes to Christmas Past.
That was the past ghost.
Pretty sure, yeah.
It's a freaky fucking looking ghost, not gonna lie.
Because they're always like the candle guy, and they're always kind of white and ghostly. So that's why I think she's the.
Well, Ghost of
Past.
Christmas Past, I thought it was like the happy merry giant, isn't it?
No, that's good. That's the present.
present?
Because he's always surrounded by presents. Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
right.
And
You
then
know your stuff.
what's the future?
Future's the Grim
Yeah,
Reaper
Grim
man.
Reaper, the big,
Yeah,
big
so
bad,
super
dead
freaky. The
daddy.
guy that never talks. Yeah,
Yeah.
just points. So I'm there, and it comes out in November as well. So that's good timing.
Dylan, I'm sure you're feeling the same way as Taylor about this trailer, right?
Yeah, can't wait. I'll be there, butt in seat and ready to watch.
Just
It's
like your
funny, when I
guys'
watched this
Wonka
trailer,
review.
I like didn't know what I was supposed to be feeling. I was like, am I supposed to be laughing? Am I supposed to be like is it supposed to be like a little spooky? What's going on here? And then Taylor said it's like, oh yeah, it's like an old man being goofy, and I guess that's the appeal. Is it's like a silly old man just being silly. It's almost like Johnny Knoxville and Jackass, when he's playing like bad grandpa and whatever. I guess that's. I guess that's the appeal. But I honestly, and maybe I'm just a jaded old podcaster, but I didn't even know what was supposed to make me laugh in this trailer. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I couldn't pick out a single thing and tell you, oh, that was intentionally supposed to be funny. I don't know what this movie is. I don't know what it's going for, but this looks like a zero to me.
So, Christmas Carol is, I would say, the greatest story of all time. I love it. I watch multiple versions every Christmas. Emily hates it. By the time we get to the third one, she's over it. And that's like early. I've started early November now because there's so many of them now, right? Sometimes, and there's a bunch I haven't even watched. There's one with Guy Pearce I really want to see. I'm working on finding a copy of that because I couldn't find it anywhere last year because it was made by some creators I really liked. But so I love this story. Classic story of redemption. I love stories where you're looking back on time or alternate realities, the what ifs. I'm a big sucker for all that. And I like the morality tale of trying to be a better person to make you're better for your man in general, and then better for your life going forward. And with this, I was always in a big kerfuffle, guys, because I don't know where to go on the Johnny Depp stuff, right? But either way, don't feel great about that situation, right? Anything that went there, whether whoever, whatever, it's one of these things where you go, okay, where am I on this certain actor? And when this was lining up, it's like Ty West. I really liked that trilogy of all the Pearl X movies, right? Very enjoyable experience for me. And I've always, Taylor knows this, and I've kind of given up on it because I think he's going to kill it. Because if you guys forgot about this, Robert Eggers, he's directing a Christmas Carol as well in a couple years. I don't know if it's going to happen. I wonder if this will happen. I'll go, no. That I think will kill. But Taylor, this is what I can reveal because I don't think we'll do. Because if Egger kills it with horror, I'm going to be done. I've always said in our lives, I always want, like the last 5 years, like I got to make a horror version of Christmas Carol. So when they announced Ty West was doing it, I was like, fuck. Someone beat me to it. Because there's not real, people play on it a little bit, but there's not just like a full, really going hard. And it has a creepy story. That's what's great about the black and white one. That's the closest to being like a horror movie. It's a fucked up little, like the ghosts in there and the shadows. It's scary, right? But I'm like, okay, Ty West, he's done all these. This cast, Ian McKellen, Daisy Ridley, Rupert Grint, sure. But I'm like, okay. So I was torn, right? It's like, to me, greatest story. Maybe a horror version. Great cast. But then great director. And then but then there's Johnny Depp there. So it's like, what do I do? And you know what? Luckily for me, this trailer made it very easy to decide which way to go. And I don't need to give this movie any of my money, even though I love A Christmas Carol. This was one of the worst trailers I've seen in a while. This felt like if I use this example a lot in 11 years. So sorry if you're a long-time listener. This feels like a Tropic Thunder fake movie. This feels like the farts that Jack Black did. If Johnny Depp was in Tropic Thunder, this feels like that would be the movie. Like Ebenezer. Even the tagline is like, before he was Scrooge, he was Ebenezer. No, he was always Ebenezer Scrooge. The tagline doesn't even make sense. That's his full fucking name, is Ebenezer Scrooge. And what my problem is here, but not my one, like so many, like it doesn't look like they're doing anything new. And that's one thing that Christmas Carol, there's so many there's so many versions of it. You got to do something to stand out, right? Even Netflix a couple of years ago, we're going to do a Christmas or a musical one. It's like, okay, cool, do that. And it's with Luke Evans. It's really good. This looked like, other than Johnny Depp being like goofy and kind of over the top, there's nothing new. And that's not what I want from my Ebenezer Scrooge. It's supposed to be a really downtrodden, bitter, because the thing is the guy's super depressed and alone and sad. And I'm sure they'll get there, but this just looked like he's a squirrely guy. And this is where I knew we were in trouble. When they're like, from the guy that brought you Jack Sparrow, from the guy that brought you whatever, Willy Wonka, all this stuff, right? And when they threw the tagline, the master of misfits, I was fucking out just like that. Because that's my least favorite thing of Depp. Depp, put all that stuff aside, back in the day, he's a phenomenal actor. I think many times you could have made the case he was the best actor in the world. But something happened after he did Jack Sparrow. He did that. He did Willy Wonka. He did Tonto. I feel like I'm missing Mad Hatter. He was just obsessed with doing I'm going to do characters that are just fucking weirdos. And it felt like he couldn't act anymore. It just felt like he just had to be really over the top and be like he was on a child's kids show. So when they are highlighting Superman Mike's favorite movie, the fucking... what's the Walrus movie? Kevin Smith, Tusk. He's a weird guy in that. Guy Lapointe or whatever. so when they said, "Oh, it's that type of performance," I went, "Man, this really did nothing for me." So this was a movie. I know Mike asked us a question about our most anticipated movies of the rest of the year. This maybe could have been like breaching that before like the concept of it. Seeing this trailer, absolutely not. I will watch this at some point, but it's not getting my dollar. It's not, I'm not going to the theater. I'm not rushing. I'll wait, even if it's next year to see it on streaming. I'm in no rush whatsoever. And maybe this trailer was bad, but yeah, this was really bad for me. I was so disheartened by all this. So yeah, it looks like the Jim Carrey animated one. See, Mike, and I'm a big defender of that because even Carrey, like, he's a little goofy at times, but he's not really. He's pretty downtrodden, and the trailers made it look very grandiose, but it gets really set, and the future sequence with the Grim Reaper, really scary. I think the worst part of that movie is they turn him small for a little bit like a mouse. That part fucking sucks and is goofy, but like, it's a really good, like, there's a one moment where he's like yelling at his wife and it's like super serious and it's like it feels like an abuse scene. He doesn't hit her. It's a Disney movie, but like it's something where it's like you gotta find that bounce. This did not have that bounce. So, you know.
Sorry to hear that, man. That's
yeah. Mystic Vortex, we'll get to that question when we get to the MCU portion. And Jared, Peter, just throw your question in there. We'll try and get to it if we get the time there. Dylan, where to next? What trailer?
Let's go to Resident Evil, which I don't think I have too much to say on this one because I feel like it didn't really do a whole lot different from that first trailer.
Yeah.
The one I recently saw in front of, was it Odyssey or was it Evil Dead? One of the two.
Evil Dead, I bet, right?
Must have been Evil Dead, yeah.
Yeah, for horror movie.
That makes more sense. But yeah, I mean, I think this movie looks really great. That was the first time I had seen the trailer. And back to back here, there's kind of more of the same, but a little bit more digging into, I guess, the setup and the character. What's the actor's name? Is it Austin
Abrams, yes.
Yeah. I really like him. So excited to see this journey here. I think it looks really fun. I think all the special effects look really great. I think it's got the good suspense. I love just the lighting. I think it's such an important part of Resident Evil in general and horror, obviously. But I think the lighting just looks really, really great in this movie. So, yeah, I'm very much excited for this one. But again, I don't think this trailer really changed anything. But you know, when the hype's already so high, I don't need much more than that.
And I feel like they did that on purpose because I feel like I just look at this and be like, I feel like this movie has the goods and they don't want to show off too much of it, you know? And they did say, I think it's been confirmed, I think Zach Craig, because he was at Comic-Con, I think he confirmed this movie's only an hour and a half. So this is like a grip it and rip it, like
nice.
It's going to go, which it kind of should as like with the res that they're invoking here. So I like if it's an hour and a half, keep spamming us from the guy that did Weapons, the guy that did like just do that. And
with the like windshield wiper thing and then
yeah,
the rear view, that's kind of funny.
And the first trailer was good because they did it with the phone. Like every time he moved the phone, the name was there. So just do the ambiance. And I think for me, it was interesting because there's a clip that came out and people are wondering if he's getting a little frazzled now because he had to be very stern on that. This is not the game because people were mad about their asking like, why is there an iPhone and why is there this custom thing? And he's like, you know, I just want to make the movie how I want to make it, and it's not Resident Evil game. Like I wouldn't want to do that. And if you watch the clip, like it starts as like he means well, but then it feels like he's like kind of ranting. Like clearly he's been online and people were mad. I really don't. Okay, there's two sides of this. I understand because we're doing the retros right now, and Taylor loves those movies, but I feel like between that and Raccoon City, and even some of the animated stuff we've watched, the adaptation of the games, or even that Netflix show we watched there, the adaptations of the games have never, I think, like felt like they have spoken to the fan of that original series, right? That's why for me, I love those games as a kid, and I never glommed onto those movies because I just feel like this is not what I grew up with, right? So I feel like that's why the fans have their knives out right now for this because they just like they heard Zach Craig and thought, oh, he's gonna give us something that's really close to the games, right? And then when it's not that, I think they're like, oh, we're fucked again. But this guy, there's a typewriter in this trailer, guys. The whole and this is what's so smart. About 20 seconds of the trailer is just him looking for bullets. Like Dylan says, there's not much happening, but like that to me is key. So again, it depends what res you like, but for me, it's like I don't think you're ever going to get adaptation of those games 1-to-1. So in my opinion, what would I rather have as far as those Mila Jovovich movies or something that's like, hey, we're not going to adapt the story, but we're going to take the spirit of that game and just make the best story we can with
I don't want to go to a secret lab in this movie, you know?
You're going to a secret lab, I think.
No, you think we're going to a secret lab?
100%, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
In
I
Raccoon
really
City,
do.
that's where it leads up to.
Yeah, and I love that stinger at the end. Like, where'd he go? Oh, just to Raccoon City, and that smile at the end. That's what I mean. Like, they're highlighting Raccoon
I was
City.
kind of hoping for like a simpler, smaller scale thing, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't think it'll be him like destroying the lab sort of thing, but I could just see him being taken into the lab like with that package. I think he's gonna get there and pull to her house, being like, "Oh, you don't know what you got." I think that's gonna be the tribute to that, but I don't think it's gonna be like Leon Kennedy, like, "You got 20 seconds and we're gonna explode this place." Like, I think it'll be minor, but I just feel like the ambiance and the aura is there. I think this is gonna easily the best Resident Evil movie you can get. So I feel like, again, Zach Rager, not that you'd be listening to this. Maybe you are. I'm on the side. Don't listen to any of them. Just make what you're making. And he said, like, I just want to make what I make. This is how I knew he was getting got to. He's like, people talk to me about the snow. I just want to make a horror movie in the snow because there's not a lot of them. Put it in the snow. I think that's awesome too. There's a reason Adrenochrome takes place in the fucking snow. Like it's just like I feel like it's that expression of to cut off your nose to spite your face. Like, this is such a maybe we'll review it and I'll be completely wrong, but I think what we're being presented with at least feels like such a spiritual successor of a game to movie thing that I don't know why people would be complaining. I thought this trailer was great. I thought that moment when he's driving on the phone and the zombie just steps out, that feels like a cutscene from Resident Evil. Like, just the way it was spliced and everything. Like, I am so excited for this movie. So yeah, I'm, Zach, I hope it's, I hope it's great. I hope I'm not like the other way around, but I just feel like, I feel like he's cooking here. And I think this is going to be my favorite of the bunch for the ones he's done. Cause I've really liked all the other movies he's done so far, but I haven't loved one completely yet. So, we'll see. So Taylor?
I am, I'm there. This trailer was just like, holy freaking smokes. Because when you know me, I'm a big Barbarian fan. I am a very big Barbarian fan. And that was wholeheartedly just going to the theater without seeing a trailer for that movie and being absolutely blown away. The experience blew my mind. Weapons, Barbarian is higher for me, but Weapons I still thought a freaking great movie. That was just, it was a damn good time. And so this, I'm so on board. I really am. He just does certain things where, like, Barbarian has it, and then Weapons has it too. Weapons, one of my favorite scenes, when the person is like sleeping in the car, and you see the lady walk out creepily, and then they walk off screen, and then you hear things happening, like a door opening it, and you can't see it. Zach does a great job at capturing that moment of dread, and it just is amazing how he can tackle your brain to turn against you and just kind of make you feel stressed and panicked. And when you have in this trailer that scene of the guy, Austin Abrams, just standing at the top, of the house, and he finds the bullets in a desk randomly, which again, like, I haven't played all the Resident Evil games, so I'm not totally fluid with them, but I've played Village, I've played Biohazard and whatnot, so I know what, like, looking for things and whatnot. It's very random at times, and so he's going through the motions in this house, finds a gun on one floor, finds ammunition on the next floor. But anyways, I digress. He's grabbing the bullets, and he just looks up, and the music that triggers at that scene, and the way you see that zombie girl in the distance, and it's very peripheral-like, and it's just that dread. The way the arms aren't even swaying, it's just the arms are out, and this woman is charging across the snow, and then it does another quick cut, like a closer up of it, but still far enough away that your brain can't identify it exactly, and that's the best thing that you can do with horror. Is something that I've preached for many a time. When you give something a face, then your brain can allocate it as something and can kind of gauge it. But when you have something, and not necessarily in the sense of like paranormal where it's invisible and you don't necessarily see like the spirit or whatever you're dealing with, but if it's something that you can physically see, but it still is not very visual, it's that looming and doomingness, and he just fucking captures it in here. And everything else that he throws in there, if it's an hour and a half, I'm down for it, because I feel like we're gonna get that. It's gonna be quick. He's in the hospital trying to deliver the kidney and get the package for his Raccoon City drop, and that'll be like 15 minutes. He's gonna be on the road within 20 minutes, and then you're gonna be at that cabin within the first half hour when he's on the farm, and then shit's gonna hit the fan. Then you're gonna have a full hour of him just going through absolute hell, where he's going through the hospital, looks like, and the zombies are chasing him, and you're going to be dealing with a bunch of different stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if, I was thinking maybe at the cabin that was going to be maybe the entrance, and like an equivalent to like the Arclay mansion kind of scenario where that's kind of like the top of the vault for Raccoon City, the hive, but I doubt that they're gonna do that because he does go into the city of Raccoon or into Raccoon City later. So
I think that's where that's going to be there.
yeah, I'm really open to him being very changing everything with this, like it not being a 1-for-1 kind of parallel to the game. That's fine. If you want to see something that's 1-for-1 to the game and not as great, you can watch Welcome to Raccoon City, because that they literally have carbon copy scenes of the game in that movie. So there's your 1-for-1. But
they're
this,
not made
I think,
well, Taylor. We want made well.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah. I think that this is going to be a really good interpretation, and yeah, this does really good. I'm so stoked to see where he goes after this and what he's going to tackle. Maybe give him a Christmas Carol.
Well, yeah, no, he did announce. They announced this a while back, but he confirmed his next movie is called The Flood. It's a action sci-fi movie that's produced by Steven Spielberg, though. So there you go. He was trying to make a Halo movie. So
he was.
It's not The Flood. I don't think they're.
Fuck.
They're doing Halo.
You don't think it fucking could be after Resident Evil?
I don't think so.
That'd be crazy.
It would be. I think Halo needs a couple more years to cool off of that TV show. I think they gotta.
Turns out it's just like the Mario Sunshine flood.
Just the fucking.
Just the story, the story of how the flood came to be.
Professor Egad.
All right, I haven't picked yet, so I'll pick here. Let's talk about the other mommy. This trailer I'd heard about that played before Odyssey for a lot of people. Not for me. I didn't get this movie or this trailer, but I kept hearing about this, and it was one of those where they only had it exclusive to theaters for like a week, and then obviously went on yesterday, whenever. Yeah, no matter what, I feel like Chastain's going to be great in this, right? I think that's just one of these trailers that I hate. It feels like it go either way. I feel like this could be your next. This could be a movie that we're maybe talking about around Golden Geeks for performance, or seeing like one of us sees it, and it's like, okay, it could be like an obsession where, oh, maybe there's some great concept, because I do like this idea of, okay, there's some sort of being or monster in their house, and it's disguising as the child's mother. Easy way to get in, right? Because like, what more scary than that is the person you trust the most is the person you can't trust, right? So it's like, okay, you can do so much with that. Or is it going to be like Smile, where you can have a great the first Smile, not second, the first Smile, where you have a great concept, but it's just a bunch of jump scares and gross stuff, and it's you're scary mommy after your kid. So I couldn't tell by this trailer, but I definitely am. It's on the radar now for me to be tracking, hear more word of mouth reviews and everything. And even like Passenger, right? Even though Passenger I was not surprised by, I just thought, okay, that looks like that could be a great short film, and that's what it sounds like it pretty much would have been, right? So yeah, how you feel about the other mommy, Taylor? Because you said you did get this for Odyssey, right?
I got it for Odyssey, yeah.
Which is crazy because you saw it on the West Side too, on the Extreme, right?
I went to the earliest showing in town, which was the Cineplex.
You still haven't seen Odyssey on the Extreme?
No, I went to Cineplex.
Oh, you got 6 days. You got to try and make that trip up.
6 days. 6 days. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I got fucking passengered again with this trailer.
No.
When it was playing, I couldn't get a gauge on it because she was talking kind to her daughter and loving. I thought like, okay, well maybe something's maybe a bit off here, but like it seems pretty normal. And then
I've never seen pasta burn like that either.
No, neither have I. She started saying like some weird things and whatnot. Then I thought like, okay, well then it kind of cut to the next scene. But just the fucking moment when the dad like kneels down, like you can't cook that by yourself, and Chastain's just fucking all twisty McGee under the fucking table, and the head like. There, in Smile, when that person's walking up to the car and like knocks on the window and the head swings down and drops and it's just like a jump scare, that had the same energy as this. So I got passengered. I definitely made the guy next to me jump because I fucking jumped. But
oh no, the poor guy beside you.
Oh yeah. But I think that it's too early to get fucking scared. It's fucking 2:00, in the afternoon to get this fucking scared. But it got me pretty good, and I'm interested in this movie. And I feel like, I should bring Satine to see this movie. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that to her and her relationship with
paintball, other mommy.
Yeah,
really scarring this kid early on.
Odyssey on the Extreme screen.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Satine, we're going to Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got my interest though. I'm gonna watch it. I'm sure Madison will hate it though, just because it's attacking mothers.
Are you gonna take
so.
Madison to this?
I think I would. I think I
Really?
would.
It's always
Yeah.
always intrigues me which movies you will and won't take her to. Because to me, I feel like this is like a no, don't take Madison to this one. But there we go. Dylan, you excited for
Yeah.
the other Mummy?
Yeah, I don't know if I have much to add beyond what you guys have said here. I think this is a great trailer. Chastain, I haven't seen her in anything in a
Yeah,
minute.
it's been a minute.
I can't remember the last time I've seen her in something, but I'm a big Chastain fan. I think this is like it reminds me a bit of what was that, Amy Adams, like the dog
Night
one.
Bitch.
Yeah, it kind of has that vibe to it, where it's like here's some crazy concept with an actress who, a big actress, kind of doing a movie that doesn't normally do, kind of against type in that sort of sense. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun to have like the two versions of her, the scary one and like the comforting one, and like the line between that. I think is gonna be really interesting. Big question I had from this trailer: is this how you guys make craft dinner or noodles?
I
Or
don't
you-
burn them, no.
But do you put that much? She put like the quickest splash of water that like there wasn't even enough water to cover all of the noodles in the pot. And I know she burnt them, but like, is that
Yeah.
how people make noodles? Because I fill that thing with a lot of water, and then I
I think-
boil it, and then I put the noodles in.
Yeah, because the way she's making noodles was like the way you make rice, but that's not how I make my noodles.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, if anything, I sometimes put too much water in because there's nothing worse than when you're boiling and then the water starts evaporating. You get there, you're like, oh, when you can look at the boiling water, but you have noodles that are atop it, you're like, oh, it's gonna take so long. So no, even if it takes longer for it to boil, I'm going. And I'll say 50, but it's really like 65%, 70% full every time because I want to ensure that they're covered.
So yeah, I guess like Taylor, please, I mean you're Mr. Hot Take, so please tell us how you make noodles.
I don't even use water.
I mean, I don't
cook
gauge
each one
any
individually.
measuring device. Yeah, I don't gauge any measuring device. I fill up with water, and I just know that the noodles need to be submerged
But like
under
a
the
lot
water.
more water than she did in this trailer, right?
You're not making any fucking pasta with how much water she used. I can tell you that right now. Unless you're steaming it. When I have made Instapot spaghetti where you put the noodles in and you don't put as much water that covers the noodles and you steam it. Maybe she was trying to do that with this, but there was no fucking lid on that
But
shit, right?
you'd put the lid on if you're steaming it, right?
That's right.
Keep the air in there. Yeah. So but I guess that's a sign that it was not. That was the other mom. He doesn't know how to make noodles. Obviously.
That's all I got to do when the police get involved. Be like, hey, you two, make me a pot of pasta and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's how they.
Yeah. Ask them to do the most mundane activities and see how they do it.
Mystery solved. That's not your real mommy. So.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a fun movie. And you're right, Travis. It could end up being a bit of a flop, of course, as these things always can. But who's the director on this? Do we know who's behind the camera on this one?
Don't. And I thought it was something that had like some good buzz there. Oh, I hear Taylor's trying to beat me to it here. Rob Savage.
Good
That
name for a
sounds-
horror scary movie.
That name sounds familiar. I don't know if it's
Host. Oh, we did Host, Boogeyman 2023 Dash Cam.
Oh, he's a good. Oh, is Dashcam the one that SBUB's still always trying to get us to watch?
I
with,
think so.
Joe
I still haven't
Keery?
seen Host, but I've always wanted to.
Oh no, maybe it's no. What's the Joe Keery one? This one looks more. I don't know. Hang on, I'll just go to
2021, that would probably be right.
I'll just go to starring and see who's in it there.
Did you guys see that Boogeyman, that 2023 one?
Yeah, it's a solid movie. Like it's a good. I think it's a good. Okay, so it's not the Joe Keery one, but yeah, that's why it makes sense. We were big fans of. Wait, is Host the one? Is it the one all through Zoom, the horror movie, right?
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah. 6.5. Come on, that deserves more than that. But okay, so there's some potential here. There's some stuff going on, so we'll see.
Sorry, there's some crazy stuff on his Wikipedia. I won't get into it. But anyway,
Some little tweets. No.
go check it out, people, if you want. But
yeah.
no, looking forward to this one.
All right, what else, Dylan? We got the Uprising, we got Blade Runner, we got
Let's
Rings.
get Uprising out of the way because I don't really have much to say on it. This is definitely not my bag. I will say this is not my vibe of movie. And I thought it was like a TV series in terms of like, I'll just say the vibe, the budget vibe of
Yeah.
it. But I don't know, it looked kind of dry. And then it did at one point drop the classic based on a true story. And I was like, oh, okay, well now that's maybe a bit more intriguing. But I'm going to be honest, this one did not really move the needle for me. It just looked kind of slow and sluggish. I mean, pretty good cast, but I don't see myself checking this one out, unfortunately. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, I will watch this one because I liked the setup. I like Garfield. I think I like him in this environment. I don't know because especially with fall coming up, there's going to be lots of movies like that end of September to December. We're talking about a second, but like Clayface, Resident Evil, uh, Avengers, Dune. I know there's some Hex. There's and Forgotten Island. Like I got a lot of stuff already on the list, so it looked good and definitely enough to justify me watching it. Unless I hear really good things, because I bet if it's like visually stunning, some of those battle scenes could be fun to see on the big screen, right? So if I hear some really high praise, then I will try and etch some time out for it. So right now it's on the higher on the radar. I'll definitely see it. But for theater, I need to wait to see how other people react to it. And same thing, just time wise, right? I really want to see Robin Hood, the Hugh Jackman one, and all the screenings here were shit. Like we didn't even get it the first week. And then I think it was like they're always like the classic. Because some A24 movies, I'll get like the Wednesday at 10:40 whatever. It's like this is not doing anything for me. Like, and this is like a 2-hour movie, like 2.5-hour movie. So yeah, we'll see. I liked the trailer though. So Taylor did not see it. So there you go. Taylor, Blade Runner, Rings of Power. Where are we going? Just on them both. They're Amazon properties. So let's just knock them down.
Just knock them down. Knock them down, Amazon. Rings of Power. It's funny because I'm talking to my buddy about this, and he's just like, he calls it AI slop.
AI slop. Huh?
Yeah, he's not a big
Kirkland
fan
up to?
of it. Yeah, he's
not
he's
a big fan. AI slop.
Not a big fan. Not just eating it. So I was sending him pictures all week about like, oh here, and then I sent him the trailer and all that kind of stuff. Just trying to keep him in the loop. But it's at the end of the day, the season 3 feels like it's something that I'm grooving with. We're getting more into that Lord of the Rings aspect, seeing the wraiths here just looking absolutely sick as fuck in their armor. It just looks so cool. Sauron is just Sauron, but there's certain visuals and costumes that are just I really love to see in here. So that's a highlight for me. It's gonna be weird having Simon Pegg voice the Balrog. That's kind of peculiar in my opinion, but I like Simon Pegg a lot, so I'm very much open to it if they land it.
That's just like I guess that Amazon money has like the fuck you money doesn't matter, but it's like, why does Simon Pegg need for the Balrog?
Yeah, it's
like, can you just get some good voice act? Like I imagine the Balrog doesn't have too many lines. I'm sure Kirkland, if he was in the Silmarillion, the Balrog speaks all the time, maybe, but like I guess that could be the case, but then I just feel like, go get like a good voice actor. But again, I guess Amazon doesn't care. Maybe Simon Pegg's doing it for a low amount of money, but yeah, I don't know.
He's got a good agent, but
if he's doing it for a low amount of money,
no,
that's the opposite.
Not for a low amount,
I mean, I was like, he's just a fan and just like he's always loved the Balrog.
That's
and
probably part of it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to kind of see. I mean, I can't remember buddy's name who led the orcs and was just kind of like an elf sympathetic Adar or whatever his name was.
Oh, I think you
Right.
nailed it. I think. Yeah.
Adar. Yeah.
Adar. So in here, you don't have Adar, but you got like Adar subservient, where you got this one orc who's teamed up with our elf heroes, and he's just like, one ring to rule them all, and he's just some guy who's like obviously doesn't want the orcs to succumb to Sauron. Yeah. So
I think he's with our heroes the whole journey too. I've heard.
I think so. It looks like it through the trailer. He's in multiple shots with them, so clearly you got the orc who just doesn't want to. Have to fight for Sauron. He's the father orc. He's got the baby son and the wife he's looking out for. His family back home. And then on top of that, you got a lot of just Galadriel just fucking ready to fuck in this season.
Fucking fighting.
Yeah. It was some heavy making out in this trailer. I was surprised.
Oh yeah. I mean, how far are they gonna take it?
All the way.
All the way.
Home
Yeah.
base.
So, and that's probably going to bother Sauron because Sauron was like just pro Galadriel be my queen. So he's just going to be using
a lot of things
his
bother him.
a lot of things bother him. He's going to be using his little his seeing stone.
A little what?
And he's going to see Galadriel and Celeborn or Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor. I don't know. I just
Celebrimbor.
like saying that name.
Yeah, so he just comes out of nowhere like, where is he or who is he? What the fuck do you guys say? Who am I?
Where is Gandalf?
Yeah,
what
that
you're
guy.
talking about. Yeah, her husband. Because
husband.
Because Kirkland. If you go back to season 1 reviews, he was very pissy that they killed him off, but clearly he was just missing in action or something like that.
I don't
so.
even remember him dying in the first season.
He was off screen. It was just exposition that Cal Brimborn had like gone to a battle and perished.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah, so they're changing the lore. They're changing the lore. Resident Evil takes place in the 90s. Kirkland plays one Res game and he thinks he's a big fan. Eh? Just like F1, just like any else thing. I'm sure there's gonna be something new for Kirkland.
Rocky sold his cat, not his dog.
Yeah, I love Rocky. Yeah, you brought up the Sauron actor. It's funny because like I feel like when we watch a show, I would never say an actor's a bad actor, right? It's just like
Really?
So I would never say that. I just feel like when we see Sauron and when he's making the ring, I should feel the oomph. I should feel the presence. I should feel like the Agamemnon of like Odyssey of like
The Benny
Hang on.
Safdie.
yeah,
Which
get
one
Betty
is it?
Safdie in
Is this
there.
the
You
one?
can feel the mana. You can feel the mana.
with the screen record. Yeah,
That's a fucking long video.
yeah. I always gotta fix that one, but yeah, you shouldn't. You just
They should have recast the Safdie. That would have been the trick here.
yeah, they should. They should have saw Odyssey and be like, hey, we got a couple months. We can whip this together. There's a fucking bug on my screen. That's
Yeah,
what it
I was
is.
like,
Yeah.
we're talking about the host.
So yeah, I'm interested because it's funny. It feels like the whole world is the opposite of us, where it feels like season 1 was rocky, but a lot of people say, oh, but season 2 was much better. I was the reverse, where I liked season 1 more than 2. I think season 2 had higher highs when we got there. So I don't know where I am with this show. I'm still excited because I like Lord of the Rings stuff. I like lore. I think they are doing a bit of a time jump. So I think we're losing some characters like the Hobbits, which I'm kind of like, I think we were like, yeah, they're not really serving a purpose anymore. So more Gandalf being Gandalf, more Galadriel being Galadriel. Hey, I'm always a sucker for fucking ring race, man. Like you show me those guys, the long swords, the cloaks, the dragons. I'm chilling. So, yeah, I'm hoping for good things. But Rings of Power, I'm just like I never know. And I'm very curious with this, and we'll talk about this in a second too. They're doing a 3-episode release every week this time, so
Right.
it's not gonna be weekly. It's gonna go 3. So. I think that could help it because I do think this is a show that tons of time has lots of exposition, and it's one of those like Game of Thrones where it's like, okay, who's there? What's going on there? It's been a while yet. So that might help, but no, I still remember at least enjoying the show, so I'm excited. But Dylan, where are you with Rings of Power season 3?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the episode, the way they're splitting it up, and I'm curious to see what that is like because we'd often go like, okay, now we're getting an episode with like a Hobbit crew, and then we're getting an episode with this
Yeah.
crew, and so I'm curious if they like bundled these into like specific storylines, so it feels like a little trilogy, like almost like a little mini movie of all these stories. Of course, it has to be like some follow through between the whole season, or if it's gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna get like 3 separate courses here for each week, and just like have fun with that. So I mean, I guess the stories have kind of converged a lot more than when we first started the show, anyway. So maybe that won't
Yeah.
be as much of a problem. But yeah, I would say that I had kind of low hype. I guess I just generally have kind of low hype on this show after seeing, like, I just know what to expect now. But I liked this trailer. I thought there was a lot of fun imagery in here. Of course, a lot of it is like tugging on the nostalgia heartstrings. Things in
100%.
Lord of the Rings that I love. Even if that's not my Sauron, he's still holding up, the ring, the one
Yep.
ring, and that gets me hyped in the middle of a volcano. Seeing like the Nazgul, like the I assume these are like young versions of the dragons where they're like looking like fleshy and like
Yeah.
not in their final form yet. I like seeing that stuff. We see some Oliphants in here, so that's good stuff. I'm looking forward to see some of that. So, a lot of the things that I know and love and I'm used to. And Taylor, I completely disagree with your friend who says AI slop. I think the show looks great. I mean, some of the actors maybe don't portray the characters in the way you want them to.
Oliphant looked pretty CGI though, not as good as Return of the King Oliphant, right?
I guess I saw 1 second of it, so it's hard for me to compare. But I thought it looked good. I thought it looked good in the 1 second it was in the trailer. So I think the show looks phenomenal, and like the sets they build for it, supplemented with CGI, I think looks fantastic. So I am excited. Excited might be a slight overstatement, but I'm looking forward to this. And but I got 3 hours or whatever, like for these review drops. It's gonna be pretty intense for us.
Yeah,
I guess it's
and-
less weeks, but man, that's gonna be that's gonna be a time for sure in November.
And they said that's November 11th. Hey, so those are on a Tuesday.
Book off your Tuesdays, boys, or
Hmm.
maybe we'll do Wednesday. Who knows? Figure it out.
Are they
Oh,
still
it's a Wednesday. Sorry. Yeah. Well, right. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Right. Yeah.
Are they still in hot water for the horse abuse?
Were they in hot water for horse abuse?
Weren't the animal rights people coming down on them for how they treat their horses or something like that?
Oh, I'm not even joking. I had
No idea.
I didn't hear about that. And if it's Amazon, I'm sure they just paid a bunch of money to get out of it, right?
Just to silence it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't remember. Do those reviews usually it was like that's on the Wednesday, so it's the 11th, comes out the Wednesday, but did those usually drop like?
I feel like it was a 6 p.m.er, wasn't it? Usually.
But no, now I'm worried though because when me and Taylor did The Boys, remember Taylor, The Boys used to be at 9 p.m., but then they moved it to fucking midnight in its final season.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm saying this is because this is where everyone wants to buckle up. If so the 11th you got that. If Rings of Power comes out, okay, it's 18. It was just the day before GTA, so I was just like, if it dips in before GTA, like if it dips into GTA playtime on the Thursday, I was like, but GTA on Thursday would come out at 9 p.m. right? So we'd still be fine. Like if that's what I'd think, right?
Yeah, you got to get away from that orbit. Rings of Power. Come on, buddy.
So I'm just saying that, like, I think we're safe. But I was like, if Rings of Power was crossing over into GTA, I don't think there was going to be a Rings of Power review that week. I think everyone would have been in there. Which is, again, like, I know people are laughing, but it's like, that's something these studios need to think about. It's something that, like, I can't remember. There's something else coming out that weekend, too. And I was like, it's not Hunger Games, because Hunger Games, like, you know what, I think that's a different audience. But there was something else releasing around that time where I'm like, I would not put anything in that orbit of GTA, because I think there's going to be tons of people not doing that. And the other thing, too, just about, like, things in the future is with the Rings of Power season 1 and 2, it felt like, sure, it's a prequel to Lord of the Rings, you know, the books, not the movies, but it felt very much like its own thing. Like it's so far in the future, just names, you know. Like Dale said, like, you're pulling on tons of nostalgia. I wonder if Warner Brothers and Andy are kind of like, oh, fuck, man, because like they're making a movie, and remember, they have nothing to do with each other, these two properties.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're hitting on the nostalgia a year before. Now, granted, it's Amazon TV show, but Amazon's still Prime, big thing, and they can show it on ads and everywhere. I just feel like they want that avenue to suck up all that nostalgia, and I feel like this show's kind of like dipping their toes into the ring, starting with the armor, the Nazgul, the dragons, the like Taylor said, like the orcs saying certain things. I feel like they're kind of like beating the punch a little bit, so it's interesting. I still think Hunt for Gollum will do well, but I just was curious about that because I didn't think the show was actually ever going to get to that nostalgia till like near the end of it, but we're already here doing it, you know. So
Yeah.
So it looks like season 2, when they
Right,
were working
the
on
horses.
yeah,
I forgot
there was
about
a horse confirmed to have died from cardiac failure, and so
Okay.
PETA and animal rights folks just fucking came down on them for the use of horses. Apparently, just the kind of conditions that they were not meeting to.
So now we're gonna get
host
more
these
CGI
horses.
this season.
Well, that's the thing. They were basically saying you need to be using more CGI and mechanical rigs instead of real horses.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. If you're gonna, no horse should die for just Rings of
The
Power.
horses that were provided were from the Devil's Horsemen, so it's a Hollywood animal supplier that also supplied horses for Game of Thrones.
I see. Just when you said the Devil's Horseman, I was like, am I supposed to know this fellow? Like, is he the real life devils come
That's
to
his
Earth?
business
you know?
name, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's take. I guess actually let's finish this trade and then we'll take our next category after that. Blade Runner. How we feeling? It's been a while. 2049 came out. Obviously, we reviewed that. I think we're all pretty high on that. Amazon, we got Hunter Schafer. We got Michelle Yeoh. We got a plot line where the replicants have won. They're running the shop now. They're taking over. Now it's scary to be a human. Dylan, how you feeling about this? You in? You out?
Yeah, it's funny. I've never really thought about the implications from the replicant stuff and how it relates to kind of where we're at right now in terms of everyone dealing with AI and it's changing all these industries and whatnot. And so I guess it's pretty timely for them to do a storyline like this. And hopefully it's done in a way that's pretty nuanced and doesn't just feel like too on the nose with that. Because, you know, this is a sci-fi world and I do want there to feel like that differentiation. But if it can tap into some of these issues that we're currently going through as a society, I think that could make for a pretty compelling storyline. I love the cast, at least between those two. And I don't really know who else is in this thing. I think the visuals look pretty great from the shots we get here. Of course, they're probably not going to show the bad stuff, but obviously that stuff peeks into trailers all the time. Hunter Schafer, she's just so fun. I just any journey she's going on in the movie, I'm there for it. So I think that as like a protagonist will be really fun. The look too, like even at the start when she's just wearing like the bulkiest outfit of all time, is like very Blade Runner, very very cool. It's got the vibes. I don't know. I guess my hype though is not super duper high, and I don't know what it is about that. I don't know if I need another trailer. Maybe I just need to get an episode in and see what happens. But I don't know. I guess I'm not juicing for it yet. But I think that this trailer did a pretty good job of showing to me that this can work in this format, which we haven't really seen before. And who do we got behind the wheel on this? Who's the director on this show, or showrunner or whatever?
I can't remember the showrunner. I know Ridley Scott and one of the screenwriters who wrote 2049 did write either all or a lot of the screenplays. So writing-wise, they got that there.
Nice.
And then showrunner, I feel like it had somebody with like
See
a
if I
name.
can find some
Yeah,
stuff
okay.
here.
Even if it was somebody that like I hadn't watched, I think it was like, oh, I've heard some good stuff.
It's a
But
mini series. How many episodes is it?
is it a miniseries?
That's
Okay,
what
I
it
didn't
says
even know
here.
that. Okay, interesting. Let's see here. DWS says, I don't know about fast tracking the replicants being in charge story, but everything in Blade Runner has been amazing so far. I don't know if it's fast tracking though, right? It's 50 years because Blade Runner 2049, and then
a long
50 years
time.
from now, yeah, if the law can change in like a couple decades, right? Like even look at speaking of AI, like look at AI like 2 years ago and then versus now, like what it can do. Like I think these replicants definitely with 50 years. I think they can figure it out. They can do something. So I think I'm like Dylan, where I like the look. I like this. I'm definitely watching this. I'm a big Blade Runner guy. I'm very excited because me and Emily saw Blade Runner, the original, in theaters a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, we gotta watch the sequel because she's surprised I liked it. I thought she wouldn't, but I'm like, oh, we gotta watch the sequel, and we never did. So I'm like, oh, this is a perfect time. We're gonna watch the sequel, and then we'll get you ready for this. So I like the idea. I like the concept of okay, let's flip it. Replicants are taking over. Love the cast. There's just some of the trailer where I wasn't like, oh, I can't wait. It didn't look bad. It wasn't that. I just wasn't like, oh, I am so ready right now. Where I was for even Lanterns, right? I don't think I was like doing backflips, but that even got me like, okay, I'm a bit more locked in now, and I'm ready to see the show. Where it's like, okay, I'm happy to see it again. It's not that long away, and maybe they're gonna hide some stuff. So I am very excited, and I'm very curious on how they drop it as well. If it's gonna be, because Amazon lots of times with their season ones drop as a binge. I don't know if it's a mini series that help or hurts its chance. I would like it to be weekly. I think Blade Runner is a show that you could make it weekly with theory crafting and really explore the world. But hey, if it's binge, we'll figure it out as usual. But yeah, I'm excited. Tay, are you excited?
I'm not feeling the mana on this.
No. Okay.
No. I liked Blade Runner 2049. I thought it was a really awesome follow-up to the previous one. And I think that 2099 had a certain degree of hype that I was gauging, but after seeing the trailer, I just thought this, I like the idea of the replicants kind of assuming the dominating role here, but there's something just for a show format, I'm not jiving with that. I think I would have preferred it to just be like a 2-hour long movie, but as a show, I will get around to watching it at some point, but I don't think I'm gonna be part of the reviews for this one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just don't feel like I got the mana there pulling me in enough. So Kirkland can take my place.
What about this, Taylor? So it seems like the lead person writing, kind of producing, running this is Silka Louisa, who was a writer and worked on Halo, the recent Halo.
Oh no! Why did you say that to him?
I mean, what's his? If Pablo was in here, then I think that would easily
That would be
gain my
crazy.
interest.
I don't think he is. No, this person is not. She's not done a lot in her career, so
Just
we'll see.
Halo.
Shining Girls was the other recent one. I don't know anything about that show. It's an Apple TV thing. But really, 5 credits on IMDb, so kind of a newcomer to the scene. So we'll see.
Maybe maybe this is the big break, right? This is everyone needs it. So, all right. So, review status, TBD, but there'll be something. It'll be spoken about at some point, I imagine. So, all right. Let's take an ad break. We'll be right back. And we're back. All right. I'm gonna hit you guys with some kind of quick hits here in the Marvel realm. And even though Tay, you were talking to me, we were talking about this earlier. Do you have the images of the Latveria witches? Because you hit me up, but if not,
I can gather them here.
okay. So I have some topics here to throw at you. Tom Holland confirms that the symbiote is coming, but he did not say when. So I'm going to ask you guys, obviously, when that could be. Could be in this movie. We got Latveria witches, which we're going to talk about. Kevin Feige confirms that Secret Wars is going to serve as a soft reboot. He says it's going to be a new universe and it's going to streamline things for the audience, which I think that makes sense. And then X-Men 97 season 3. I didn't put this in the notes before, but X-Men 97 season 3 is confirmed for next year, so no wait. And then they've begun production on season 4, so we're at least locked in for another 2 years here. And they said that they want to try and make the wait not as long, so that's great. We already get 97 next year, and then I guess we can start here. Tia, you hit me up this morning about these witches. So at Comic-Con they have a little center there for obviously Doomsday panels tomorrow. Started with the Green Witch, and then on the Thursday, then on the Friday, Wednesday, and then on the Thursday there was this yellow or brown. We don't really know what the photos which. And then today there was a purple witch. Now we don't know tomorrow if there's going to be another witch. Some people think it might just be the Doctor Doom suit, but there's been a lot of theories of who these people could be. Lots of people, which including myself, would think that purple one is Clea. I've seen people throw out the ancient one, or was that her name? Right, the ancient one,
Agatha.
Yeah. People throw Agatha, but remember she's dead as a ghost. So can she be in there? In those
Spoilers.
Sorry. Sorry. It's been a while. Sylvie, yeah.
Well, did
Sylvie's
she die
in
in WandaVision, or did she die in her show?
Have you watched Agatha all along?
No, I never finished it. No.
Shit, sorry.
Shit.
She dies in Agatha, yeah, but she comes
Yeah,
back as a
but
ghost
I mean,
right
you know
away.
who else dies? All these people who are in these comic book movies.
No, but she's like a literal. She's
you know
a
who's
ghost.
died? Xavier.
Okay.
It's true.
You're not wrong.
5
Who's died
times.
more, Xavier or Agatha?
Xavier. Yeah. Agatha's about 2 right now. Yeah, Xavier's going on number 5. But yeah, people have these theories. Clea, Scarlet Witch, obviously Death is another one. Sylvie, which I think is possible. I do think
is
a lot.
this?
I do think
These are all wrong predictions.
those aren't even real robes there. I do agree with everybody. If Tamora gets swapped and there is a red robe, that is for sure Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
and I think they would do
100%.
like an amnesia storyline, like after her death, Doom found her and like nurse her back to health. Clea, we don't know much about, so like he could easily get her on side. She could be she's been a bad guy in
Does
comic books.
that get the GA, the people who are going to this who haven't caught up on stuff? Does that get people hyped?
Which one?
Clea.
Because you have Theron. I think that helps the GA a lot.
Yeah,
You have what,
Calypso.
Calypso, yeah.
What did you say, Taylor? You have Theron?
Yeah, Charlize Theron.
Okay, I've never heard anyone refer to that was so confusing to me.
Heron.
Charlize Theron?
Theron.
They're on. Yeah, no, I knew that's what happened, but I just wanted to let that play out for a second. I think
That threw me off. I know her last name, but I've just never heard anyone say that before. I was like, what's going on?
so. To get your answer, I don't think it like hypes them up anymore, but that's why I think this would be a reveal in the movie, and it would make you invest in Clea in the future. Because all we've
Yeah,
gone
that
is that
makes sense.
post-credit scene of like, hey, incursions are going on, and you got to help me, Doctor Strange, and then gone. So she could be a villain. I think Scarlet Witch would have amnesia. Sylvie always is like. She's
Sylvie
like
would be
Loki,
a good
right?
one. I like that.
She goes back and forth, and then ancient. But like, if it's let's say just the 3, let's say there's no robes tomorrow. Dylan, what would be you think the best picks for these Latveria witches? Because and again, they could just be, canon fodder. They could be Knights of Ren, right? But
Remind me of Sylvie's fate at the end of Loki season 2.
isn't she just working at McDonald's? Oh no, she was working at McDonald's before. I think she's just happy in a timeline now because Loki sacrificed himself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else
Taylor,
has
search history.
died. Like, could Black Widow be in here? Because that's kind of like the whole premise of this Doom thing is that like Downey's coming back to like play a new character, and that
I
was
don't think
like,
she'd be a witch though, right? I don't think she'd be a sorcerer.
no.
Yeah, because these are confirmed. It says on the banner,
But
Latveria
I'm not
witches.
like it wouldn't like. I'm just mean like ScarJo. It could even be like a different character or something like that.
Oh, okay, I see.
Like, could she be playing Death or something?
I guess it all just depends on how deep that lawsuit went. With the 2 of them,
I forgot about the lawsuit.
right? Like
I
that's,
forgot about the horses that got killed. In the
yeah,
making.
like whatever happened with that Black Widow Disney Plus thing. Like, if she walked away, and be like, okay, that was kind of a thing, but we got or she really felt burnt by it. I guess I don't know, right? So I think she could be, but I don't think she would be one of the witches. I think it is going to be magical people. I think for me, Clea's a lock. I think Wanda's a lock, and I just don't know about the third one. I don't know who I feel is
Yeah,
the next
who else
lock.
has died? Any like what about Hela? Could Hela be the green one?
Oh,
That would be
Hela could be
wild.
cool. Especially if Hemsworth is like the big main
What
character.
other like
this
women
one.
villains have died recently?
Well, again, she wasn't a villain, but the ancient one did die, right? So you could use her.
Yeah,
If she's like
yeah.
a variant evil one. Let's see here.
What movies? Let me
Any
pull up my
evil
spreadsheet.
villains?
I mean, there was that lady in Marvels. Who knows what her name was? Did she die? I don't even remember. I don't
Harbend
think
or whatever her name
I
was.
don't think it'll be her.
No, I don't think
Just
it'll
to
be
be
her.
clear.
I said this because me and Taylor told us it could always be a variant like a Femke Jensen, Jean Grey, like those type of characters,
Could
right?
Green be dead Gamora?
No, I don't.
I'm
think
just
Not really
spitballing.
magical, though.
No, I think it's gonna be magical people. I think, but like that's what I'm thinking. Like, what are people from the Fox Sony verse type of stuff? Like, like how we had Chris Evans as a Human Torch. Like that's where I think the Fox Jean Grey
Oh.
could be in there.
That I think yeah.
Or
if-
Jessica
if-
Alba,
Let's say
Sue
there is
Storm.
three. Let's say there is three. Is there a
Yeah.
way that there can be kind of one from each of these factions or crews?
You could have Jessica Alba, Sue Storm. You could have Femke Jensen's Jean Grey, and then I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of another magical character from those old Marvel movies.
Well,
That's a
because even
female.
going back to the poster, what are the three like? There's like the X-Men side.
Oh, right. There's 3 universes. Yeah, it's F4, X-Men, and a main MCU.
Yeah.
So
So
main
I'll say-
MCU. You go ahead. You go first.
Main MCU would if you only get one from main MCU, I think it'd be Wanda or Clea. I guess makes sense, but I'll say Wanda.
Or do they cheat though? And in the X-Men universe, because we never met Wanda in those movies, do they just have Elizabeth Olsen play that Wanda as well?
That
And
makes
that's
sense.
the cheat. Like we lost our Wanda in Multiverse of Madness, but this Wanda is from the X-Men Stewart universe. And
I
it's
really
still
like
Olsen.
I like the Phoenix thing though.
That's true. Yeah, that is cool to have her there, especially she's Phoenix Witch.
And then who would be the third? I mean, Alba would be. I just think that'd be. I don't know if they would do that.
I don't think they would do it either.
Don't
I
think
just
they'd do that.
she is dating.
But I
young Falcon,
really
though, in
like
real
that
life.
idea. I really like that'd be a really fun idea. I think if they kind of pull from each of these different realms of things.
Yeah, I don't think your dead thing is wrong, like a bad prediction either. Because if Doctor Doom's like going against people that have been wronged, and maybe like the ancient one could even be like, oh, I trusted Doctor Strange, but he screwed up, and you know, I actually could do better. Yeah, da, 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 da. So because I do think they're going to be characters. It's going to be similar to Thanos. I don't think they're just going to be there to, oh, we want to destroy the world. I do think it's going to be people with a purpose or wanting to do something, right?
Yeah.
So.
yeah.
Oh,
I feel like
fuck. That Vincent Moore, I wish, but I don't think so. What if one of the witches is Nico from Marvel's Runaways? I don't think it would be that specific one, but I would love it to be Nico. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they introduced Nico in Spider-Man recently. You know, maybe trying to put her front and center so people like have some familiarity with the character.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Scream Midnight Suns. Everyone go buy Midnight Suns. Play it, you know?
Yeah.
I can't believe because you quickly threw that out there, Travis. That Jessica Alba is dating Little Bird,
Little Falcon.
That's crazy.
Put some respect to his name, Little Falcon.
Little
Maybe
Falcon.
they met on set.
That's what I'm saying.
What about another dead character, Jane Foster? What about her?
No, I think she's gonna come back for the good guys. Because remember, she went to Valhalla. So I feel like
sure did.
your Hela pick's more apt than the.
What about is there a dead Eternal?
Icarus?
Is there a dead woman Eternal? Not that,
No.
you know, these could be men under these dresses, I guess.
Men
I
witches,
doubt
yeah. I don't think any women did die in Eternals that were to the plot. Like no, like important. Jolie was still kicking around, I think. So
Yeah. Okay,
But-
I think it's within the realm of things we've mentioned then, for sure.
yeah,
Do you think we'll get another one, or is it three? Is it a trifecta?
that's the question. Because obviously the panel's tomorrow, and I don't think you're gonna get Comic-Con's still open on Sunday, but I don't think you'd get it then. I do lean towards it's just the Doom armor, but if we get another one tomorrow, let's say if it's 4 and that's a red cloak.
I
Then
think they would save that for last. That does track. I think they'd
Yeah,
save the red.
And honestly though, like if you had that red cloak, I know you want to build up hype. I wouldn't even reveal that one. That's one I'd hold towards the movie because I do think Wanda coming back is a big deal. So I wouldn't even show off that
That's-
Red Witch
good
yet.
point, good
You
point.
know, like,
What if it's not red? What if it's indigo or
And that's true, yeah.
cyan?
Indigo. Yeah.
Sapphire. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like, honestly, if I would ask them not to be on the nose if they say, hey, Travis, we got Wanda here. She's one of these witch costumes. And say, don't do red and then put her in anything but red. Because then you, like, even if she, does it really matter if she's in the brown one or the yellow one? No, it's just Wanda's back, right? Because if it is red, it is, like, a little obvious because I think she is coming back. She plays a big role in Secret Wars. I think it's going to get very magical. Doom's a very magical character, so it makes sense to have her there. X-Men are coming, so it's like, Vision Quest is the last project before Doomsday. Like,
Yeah, it's
all
happening. It's happening.
What are those guys at the airport that wave you down? What's their job description? Like that's
Air traffic controllers.
yeah, that's what the MCU is doing to us right now. They're air traffic controlling. Like Wanda's about to land. Look out! And wouldn't that be a hype moment though? If they're fighting these heroes and they hit this witch and that mask comes off and it is Wanda and then like does all her magic stuff. Like there's some great stuff there. So that's why I'd say like really hide that. Don't give me the red robe. You know, like just. But I think if there was 4. Then I think she's definitely. I think to me, just her and Clea are locked, and the other 2, I don't know. I just feel like Clea, they gotta tie off some of these multiverse saga end credits, and that's an easy one at least. Of like, hey, she started to work with Doom after because she talked about incursions, right? She said like, whatever you did here, there's incursions going on in my world. That's what Secret Wars and Doomsday is about. So like, it would make sense that maybe along the way she disagreed with strangers, like, hey, this Victor Von Doom guy, like. I agree with him, and I'm going with this guy. So,
Well, that's where you have that one variant that we saw, Multiverse of Madness of Wanda, that just got her life fucked over, right? So,
did her life get fucked over though?
yeah, because she ended up killing what was it called? The Mr.
The Illuminati?
Fantastic, the Illuminati.
Yeah, but
so
that didn't mess up her life, you know.
murdering Earth's mightiest hero team.
I think
That's
they
gonna
knew it
fuck
wasn't
up
that
her life.
Wanda. I don't think they knew. I think they knew it wasn't that Wanda. They wouldn't go kill her.
Who?
Anybody that's left from the Illuminati,
She killed them all.
but like
I
their
mean,
family members, you know.
No, they saw that she was the one that did it. I mean, what are they
But you just said they're dead. So what do you mean?
the family members? Family members
Yeah.
are going to see the tapes that this Wanda killed.
But no,
So-
Rachel McAdams was left behind, so she can say, "Hey, that wasn't this Wanda. That's just a regular lady with her kids. Leave her alone."
Yeah,
Don't
but she
kill her.
might be pissed off, you know, like
Who's she?
Maybe evil or the Wanda in here. Maybe she's like, you know what? I like being bad. It makes me happy. Quoting Topher Grace.
And I could be wrong, but did Wanda even have powers in that universe?
They didn't show any, did they?
Yeah, so I think
She
she's
had
safe
to have though, because like
No?
if you go from, I can't remember the term that Strange calls it. If you take over your body, like dream walking or whatever, you take over your body in another universe. I don't think your powers transfer over. I think you just are using that character's powers, right?
Well, I don't know. We talk about this every week with Morph and how his power set works, right? You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Morph.
So I did go back to this in the same realm. Mystic Vortex asks, why would the heroes of 616 trust an 828 Fantastic Four when every Earth is fighting for its existence?
I mean, I don't think they do by default, right? I think they have to like earn it, right?
I read something. I'm not going to say it because I think there's a reason they trust them, and it has to do with something that they offer. But I'm not going to say what it
Nice
is
and
because I feel
vague.
like it's a spoiler. Because
I think you have one conversation with Reed Richards, and you're like, oh, okay, I can kind of trust this guy.
Yeah, and also we don't know like
And you see the thing, and he's not that big, so it's like, he's
he's little,
M'Baku
yeah.
could take him. Yeah. And who knows? At that point, maybe the 828's like I thought it was 838. I think we did. I can't remember what it was, but isn't someone? Can you fact check that? Is 838 Fantastic
I
Four
don't know.
universe? Maybe their universe is destroyed, and it's like they got footage of it, and it's like, well, why would we trust these people? Because like their entire world's gone. I don't know. I think there'll be a way. I think that, or maybe Thor has some experience. I think, unfortunately, Mystic. I think that's going to be handled very quickly. I don't think it's going to be like Civil War where they're at odds. I think they'll have a little conversation, little powwow. What is it?
So in Multiverse of Madness, that Reed Richards is Earth 838.
Okay,
And
that's
then
why.
the Fantastic Four First Steps is Earth 828.
That's why I'm fucking up. Okay, so
got it.
yeah, they definitely should work with 838s because they'd be out for blood. So.
Two more theories. Silver Surfer, possible?
As a witch?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That board can't fit on the rope.
Is there anyone from the realm of Spidey that could be a witch?
Again, it's like you'd have to swap it, but I guess you could say a Mysterio, but like Mysterio's not actually magic, right? It's just
That'd
like
be fucking wild.
it'd be great.
Jake
Like,
Maggie
Gyllenhaal
Gyllenhaal
back.
in there.
Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
you could do like what if Mysterio, right? They were like kind of magic, but no, I don't think anyone's Spidey. I don't think. I think they're just not the magical type over there. You know,
Fair enough. Yep.
power of sun in the hands, palm in the hands.
That'd be pretty cool though. I mean, the next witch is like black robes and it's Black Cat under that mask.
No, it's gonna be Defoe.
Oh, that would be fucking
Out am
hype.
I? And then he's shooting pumpkin bombs from his fucking fingers.
Kills
He's
Doom.
a witch. He like Goblin
Yeah,
witch.
Takes off
Goblin
the
King.
robe. It's Kirsten Dunst. He rips off Kirsten Dunst's mask, and it's Defoe under there.
MJ? No.
That'd be great. My final prediction will be: there's one more robe. That's Wanda's red.
Okay.
We got Clea. We got Sylvie, and the yellow one is Anya Taylor-Joy's Magic from New Mutants.
That'd be fucking hype. I'd be down for that. The other one people throwing around, Dylan, because you watch a little bit, but not all of it, but is Aubrey Plaza's Death from Agatha.
Right, I forgot she played Death. Okay.
Yeah, that's another. I think that's a strong contender as well. I think.
Would she fit as the yellow one?
I thought she'd be the green because she was all green.
She was very green. Yeah.
Colors.
Oh, she could be the
yeah.
green one.
Yeah.
I would be down for that. I obviously didn't finish that show, but I'd be down for that.
I'd be down because I'd like them to start setting her and Mephisto up a lot more. So hopefully next saga we can get to some more.
Oh yeah,
Mist-
Mephisto.
That'd be
Or
cool if
stuff.
he was the red one. Oh man,
Yeah,
gotta
they've worked
get
together
Sacha
before.
Baron Cohen back in here.
Symbiote. It's happening. Do we think Peter's going through in this movie? Do we think this is the setup? Do we think it's something else? And if it's not in this movie, when? Dylan, what do you mean? So again, this is Tom Holland. He wouldn't confirm when it's happening. He just said that's the plan. I'm paraphrasing, but he said something like that's the plan, or
Yeah, remind
one
it was-
day.
It was No Way Home post credit.
Yeah, when it got left. Tom Hardy in the bar.
I don't think we're doing that this movie in a meaningful way. Because I don't think we have enough going on.
Okay.
But I guess it could be, and they could just be hiding that from the marketing. I don't know if they would though. I think they would
He's
market
got those
that.
black eyes, but or is it just like
Yeah.
that sets it up for? Because remember,
I
when
think we'll get
Spider-Man
in this movie. I think maybe we'll get in this movie actually.
Okay.
Maybe it'll still be more like an NT's, like setting something up. Like we won't go full into it, but I think maybe we'll start working with it a bit.
to give you context, when Spider-Man first got the black suit, it was in Secret Wars. So I wonder,
Secret Wars makes sense. Yeah.
because him saying one day or we plan to doesn't mean they got to do it in a Spider-Man movie, right? And I this is not like a plot leak or anything. This is just people have pitched this many times. I do love the idea of him having that suit in Secret Wars. And I'm getting the chills. He has to fight Andrew Garfield and Tobey Spider-Man because they know what that suit does. And the second they see that, he's flipping out. Like, there's something I think really cool about that set piece.
Do it.
Like,
Yeah.
you do
Ship
tons
it.
of stuff there. So
I get a repeat of Spider-Man 3 though, and Peter's like, Eddie, the suit, you gotta take it off. And then Tom Holland's
Is he gonna
like,
kill him then,
I like
too?
being bad. It makes me
No.
happy.
no, they'll find Zendaya and he'll be like, I love you. And maybe that's it. Maybe that she remembers him. That could talk him down. But yeah, I don't. Like, I'm of two minds, right? Because Secret Wars, that seems ideal. That'd be great. He got on an alien planet. This all kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, between Spider-Man 3 and then Venom, I would really like a good adaptation of the Venom story. And I don't think we could get that in Secret Wars. In Secret Wars, I feel like it would just like, oh, let's do something hype. And, because don't get me wrong. You throw a poster of Tom Holland in the black suit, that's going to move traction. The juice is going to be flowing. People are going to be very excited. I put on the thumbnail, that picture I use is not fan art in the thumbnail. It's real concept art that they made at some point. They didn't say why they fucking made that, but the person that they hired to do all the concept art for the Holland movies, he was commissioned to make that suit. So at some point, and I'm wondering if it was No Way Home time, if they tinkered with him getting that, they've definitely talked about it. And even Feige this week said, like, they're already planning Spider-Man 5. He said when he reaffirmed.
I mean, they
when-
did the post credits, so yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely
Right.
totally, yeah.
I always forget about it, but like it's a thing there, right? But I always worried that was like to set up Hardy more than the symbiote, but luckily I think that's over. And then even this week, Kevin Feige's like, yeah, when Spider-Verse is done, that's when we're gonna get to Miles. Like, I feel like they're pretty. I would believe them. Feige this week said they got plans up to 2042. I fucking believe them, and I think they have everything planned out from the Brand New Day to Peter Parker's death. I think they got a good trajectory of going, or maybe that's what they do is instead of him fighting Andrew and Toby, he's going to fight Miles, right? Like that's going to be how you get Miles over as he takes down Peter in the black suit. So, so if I had to make an official prediction, I do think it's going to be Secret Wars. I think they just want that on the poster. Money shot, black suit. It makes him look different than the other Peter Parker as well. And he can have some sick fights too. Him and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine while he's symbioted
So much
up.
potential, yeah.
And you
Come
got the
on
symbiote
now.
going on to Wolverine in there. Like,
Oh, yeah. You got that. Deadpool's going to be joking away. Lots of stuff, you know?
Can't wait.
I think I do want to believe that in Secret War there's a chance that you could have the symbiote kind of latch onto other heroes and whatnot and just get some crazy shit. Like obviously they were tampering with Venom too, when you had the symbiote going on the different people and animals and whatnot. I guess in all the Venom movies really, but yeah, I think that there is definitely a little bit of wiggle room to tease and remind people about the symbiote in Brand New Day. Or maybe at the end of Doomsday, you get a post-credit scene where you see, because I feel like
Doom.
Doom getting the symbiote. I feel
One
like
of the witches is just a symbiote,
Just a
like
symbiote.
just the skeleton. Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those kind of tropes of the MCU where you get a movie that has like a bunch of characters in it, and then the end credit scene will be a character completely irrelevant or not involved in that movie, but in the end credit scene is this other character and just kind of like adds a piece to the story, the narrative, forwarding things. It could be from their movie coming up or just something kind of filling in the gap between this movie and another movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe there's a higher chance at the end of Doomsday you get that post-credit scene, maybe one of two post-credit scenes where you'll see Tom Holland Spider-Man swing in because he's absent from Doomsday, and then all of a sudden there's the symbiote. And you know what? It could be a quick 30-second scene where he's swinging and whatever the wake or fallout of whatever happens in Doomsday is happening, but then all of a sudden the symbiote, you see it latch onto his arm and then it cuts to black and everyone's just like, oh fuck, we know what's going to happen. And then next time you see him, Secret Wars, that'd be pretty cool.
And then I think there could be something fun there of if the next time you see him in Secret Wars, you don't know his mind frame because like he's maybe had the suit for a bit. Even though again, I think we talked about this before. I worry. Do you have two appearances then of Peter like going through something with his body that he doesn't know how to control, right? Like whatever this mutation is in this movie, and then in Secret Wars the next year, it's like,
Poor guy,
there's something
yeah.
happening to me. So like that's the risk you run. Like, and that's why there is part of me that hopes maybe that is like this is just a backdoor symbiote movie where maybe he doesn't become Venom, but like it is in him, and that sets up what's gonna come out. But I don't know. We're gonna have to see. So, let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna have Patreon questions and just some quick fires here. And I forgot to talk about one thing. So, Incredible 3, they're not aging up the kids. G.I. Joe, you got a movie. Danny McBride's directing. Rumored to be starring Bradley Cooper, Chris Pratt, Walton Goggins. And then I'm gonna talk about this right now. And then throw to you guys, and then we're gonna do the questions, and we'll be out of here. I didn't talk about my Queen of the Damned trailer. That happened today. I was very excited. If people don't know, obviously I've been talking about a lot. Big fan of Interview with a Vampire. And Lestat just ended last week. And it was like a couple weeks ago where the showrunner, they asked about season 4. He's like, I don't know. But if we go to Comic-Con, that means there's a good shot. And I was getting a little worried because the first 10 minutes of the panel, they were just playing highlights from the concert of Lestat, like when he performed live in front of people. And then it was just the cast like kind of answering like some fun questions. And I was like, oh, brother, what's going to happen? And then we got this trailer for Queen of the Damned. Very excited. This is like their Thanos in the Interview of the Vampire world. This person coming to Kasha. They set her up this season. Taylor said he was going to watch. I showed him all the review scores, showed him all this stuff. The show's been renewed for season 4.
Widow's Bay. I'm getting there.
The show's now been renewed for season 4. Best reviews, best viewer. I got Goldface Kyle last night. He said he started to watch it. So just like
I'll
Widow
watch
Bay.
it before Kirkland does.
That's not a big.
I'll watch it after Kirkland does.
Oh no, Dylan's gonna be a dead man when he sees this fucking show. No, I recommend everybody. No, it's of two things. I'm very excited. I love this trailer. It's seeming like the show is like going more into horror realm, which is interesting. The only thing which I'll talk about probably next week, I'm gonna do a Lestat ranking episode, so I might dive more into once we get more details. They are changing showrunners in between seasons. It's been the same showrunner for 3 seasons, and now it's changing. And that's It's interesting. The person that's the showrunner now is a head writer, so it's fine. Like, it's somebody that does have a lot of experience with the show. I'm just always somebody that's permanently scarred when Dexter changed showrunners from season 4 to 5. Big moment with Trinity, and then the follow-up season, it felt like they really had no idea what they're doing. I don't think that is the case now. I trust this writer way more than I ever trusted Scott Buck. So that was interesting to note, but yeah, I was very excited. The full album came out today, so I was just over the moon with that news. The news I was not over the moon with, Incredible 3. You know, I say this in jest. Brad Bird, fuck you. He gave this quote where he's like, yeah, it's just, people just keep telling me it's going to be more interesting and it'll be more fun when we age up the kids, but that's not where the juice is. I'd have to pull the quote. It's just like...
I doubt he said that's not where the juice is. That feels like a very Geek First coded quote.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. But I was just like, man, like already the quality of 2 made me question 3. But him saying this is like, I don't know. It just does. I just feel like we did not progress that much in 2, so it feels like we're really not going to progress anything in 3. Here we go. This is people keep thinking that aging them up is going to make them somehow hipper or cooler or more like them, and it's like, no, it won't. I guess I'm not looking for them to be hipper. I'm not looking for them to be cooler. I'm looking for them to fucking evolve as characters and change and not just cat. And you know why? I get it. Because Brad Bird, you made Tomorrowland and it fucking bombed. And then you made this movie for Netflix and they're like, we're not putting the theaters. We're putting in David Fincher's Cliff Booth movie. Sorry. Like, I just feel like it's like, well, got to make that Jack money, right? And it's just like, oh, I'll do Incredibles 3. And Disney's like, but he's still going to be a baby, right? Like, yeah, well, he's going to be a toddler. Oh, okay, he'll be a toddler. Like, even that I will accept. But I worry he's just going to be that cute fucking little baby. And of course, I'm on the soapbox for nothing. I'm not going to boycott it. My kids want to see this. I'm not a shit parent. But if I did not have the kids, I would not be giving this a single cent. Because when I saw that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. And on the G.I. Joe front, I think this will go the way of He-Man. I like Danny McBride. He's apparently a very passionate guy. G.I. Joe has all these collections and comic books. I don't know what Bradley Cooper's doing with his career. He did A Star Is Born, and now he's in this and the Ocean's 11 prequel. His agent is not treating well. I know he's been divorced, so I don't know if he's just trying to cash in. Hang on, I don't know if that's it. I don't know if it's just like sometimes
his
that
wife
happens.
like threw away all his G.I. Joes in the divorce, and now he's like trying to get
just-
some of that nostalgia back.
I just mean like maybe Cooper has like a big alimony to pay, and it's like to go in and like don't get me wrong, like this idea of like Cooper, Chris Pratt, and Walton Goggins, that sounds like a fun trio. But I think G.I. Joe, as much as that's actually one of the 80s things that I did enjoy. I think that's similar to He-Man, where its time might be gone. I think the only hope they had was crossing over Transformers. They set that up in the last Transformers movies, and that movie didn't do well. So like, we're not going to do that. So I just don't know.
They're not doing it anymore?
No, because Bay, remember, he's doing one, and then they're doing this G.I. Joe thing, so they've abandoned that. So, like,
I
for
thought
me,
they were doing 3, though, and Bay was 1, G.I. Joe. Oh, what?
I'd pizza bet you it's not happening. It's on the back burner big time. So I just don't think G.I. Joe has that motion in the big 2027 to 30, in my opinion. So those are my opinions on those 3. Dylan, obviously you don't have nothing to say on the stat. I recommend you watch the show at one point. I think you and Kirkland would like it the most too, because it's the most show that has reminded me of Hannibal since I've seen Hannibal. It has a lot of those isms. So I'm saying one day.
I trust that it's a good show.
What a backward way to say he's never watched it. One day, if you're ever like, hey, I need a vampire.
One day
yeah.
I will watch it. One day.
But you got any? What do you? I don't think you got interest in G.I. Joe. Do you think my assessment is correct as far as that is like one of those franchises that like it's a bygone era? And then where are you with Incredibles 3? Because that's one of our most disheartening reviews you and I ever did. Incredibles 2, we saw it together. We were very disheveled, and then our review was like that. So what are your thoughts on these two?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I can say about G.I. Joe, because there was another thing like this that came out recently, right? Some other action.
Snake Eyes a couple years ago.
I don't know. Like, do those do well? Do people like those?
That was
things?
a banger movie. That was fucking hype. And you
Well,
got
Snake
Samara
Eyes-
Weaving in there too. She was awesome in there.
But I think it bombed, Taylor. I think it was kind of, it was
Yeah.
2021, so it was like a COVID movie. But like, Dylan, when's the last time in your personal life anyone has brought up G.I. Joe?
It's a great question.
You can't say today.
I don't
my
think,
personal life.
yeah. Like, I don't think since I've started the podcast, I've had a real life person ever say the words G.I. Joe to me.
No, it doesn't happen.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think there's just sometimes like He-Man when it fucking bombed. I was like, no, duh. Like, that's an '80s property, and those people are they're either dead or they're not paying for that stuff. The stats are like that age is the people that pay for movies the least.
I mean, the talent behind this one, it could be a fun movie. But
yeah.
Personally, I don't have much interest. And the thing is with Incredibles, like I don't even care anymore, which is sad, right? Because that first one is one of my favorite movies of all time. I feel like I'd still put it up there, and so much nostalgia for it. And that second one burned me so bad, and I should revisit it, and I probably will before this one comes out. But yeah, that's what's I guess nice at this point. Is like I'm not even bothered by it anymore. You know, like I'm checked out at this point. I'll have that original one. I'll always have it. It'll always be the same until they inevitably remake it, which they probably will. Because even last time I watched it, I'm like, oh, the animation on this is looking a little dated. It still looks.
No,
good,
you'll get the live action one.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
So
but
you're
yeah,
not gonna
I
bother
mean,
3? You're not even gonna give
wish,
it a glance?
What's that? Sorry.
You're not gonna give 3 a glance? You think?
I might, but like I have so little invested. Like I'm not hoping that it will be good anymore. I'll just I'll give it a shot and see what happens with it. I don't know. Maybe the trailers will look really good. Maybe I'll be hyped on it when it finally comes out. But yeah, I think I'm with you that I think it would have been cool if we had the original Incredibles and like that much time had passed in their characters by the time that movie came out, and then we have another 5-10 years like of growth that could be really interesting. That would have been fun if they did that, but instead we're getting a trilogy that should have happened over the course of 5 years, over the course of like 25 years. So kind of an interesting way they're choosing to do that. But again, it doesn't really bother me anymore. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor, when you watching Vampire, because you said, hey, you're looking for vampire stuff, recommend you. Got no motion there. G.I. Joe, Incredibles 3.
Yeah, Vampires, it's going to happen. It's going to happen a good time. Like I said before, Kirk. Incredibles, there's some stuff in Incredibles 2 that I liked, but it's nowhere near that first one. That first one has just got some magic to it. So it's funny because I feel like you got Inside Out 2 and you got your Toy Stories. You know, you got some of these movies that are making $1 billion. Did Incredibles 2 make $1 billion?
Yeah, I think it's like one of the biggest animated movies of all time.
I think it was
might
huge,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't justify my point I was going to make because I was going to try and say, some of these sequels to these originals just, well, they make the money, but their stories are just weak. But then you have something like Inside Out 2. It's not a weak story. It was a pretty good story and whatnot. So, and then you have them trying to make original films, but those original films are not making money. They're like 300 million box office.
Okay, so it was 1.2 billion. It was
Beauty.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's number 7. It's not the top. The top one domestically is Zootopia 2 at 1.8, which is crazy.
Inside Out? I thought that was the biggest one.
Yeah, the reason is because Zootopia has a big following in China. And then, but the biggest animated film of all time is Niza 2. Remember that? We talked about that? That
Right,
2.2 billion.
Mm.
But no,
Yeah,
those Doomsday
so-
numbers, yeah.
Yeah. Aside from that, though, when I think of, oh God, what was the other one? Not Lestat, not Incredibles. Fuck, what was the third movie?
G.I. Joe.
Thank you, G.I. Joe. That one, you absolutely just crushed me. My night's ruined because they're not doing that crossover with Transformers and G.I. Joe. I was so fucking hyped off of that one that we got that Rise of the Beast post-credit scene. So that crushes me. But we still got the Michael Bay one. Unfortunately, the Michael Bay will not be the true Transformers 6 that we were supposed to get after the last night. So it's all fucking ruined. But I think that a G.I. Joe movie, I enjoyed watching the one with Wayne's brother and Channing Tatum back
Rise
in
of Cobra.
Rise of the Cobra. That was a fun time back when I was a little lad, and then they killed him off really quick in the fucking sequel. And then since then, I've had people in my life talk about G.I. Joes. It's funny how many
Were they in the
times
mirror?
people have mentioned it. When I talk to myself, it's usually people that I'm talking to that are at least like 55 plus that will talk about
Yes.
G.I. Joes.
They paying $15 to go see G.I. Joe, directed by Danny McBride in the theaters next year, Taylor?
No,
You know what's
they're
happening?
waiting for it to come onto the
Yeah.
home streaming. Tubi TV. That's
They
what
gonna
they're
see
waiting
the-
for.
They're
Oh,
watching Yellowstone, waiting for that.
They are.
And Galanterans, you know. Oh, this looks like that. They gonna be watching the Ocean's prequel, Bradley Cooper, Margot Robbie,
Probably.
in theaters though.
I think so, and I only say
Really?
this because the same person that I know who's like 55 plus, who's telling me about GI Joes, a day later was telling me about the Rat Pack or the original like Ocean's 11 crew. And I was like, I didn't know that Frank Sinatra and
Yeah.
all these individuals were part of like
Ocean's
the
11 is a
old Ocean's
remake.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so I
so
didn't
you're saying
know.
that person that talked to you about G.I. Joe and Oceans will buy a ticket for Oceans, but not G.I. Joe.
I think so.
Really? Okay.
I think so. Yeah. So.
Cooper, you gotta figure it out, man. Come
The
on.
Cooper, that's a pretty awesome pick, though. I mean, goddamn, for
Yeah,
G.I. Joe movie, and he's always into those war movies. I mean, what was the one that he did?
Okay.
American Sniper.
American
There you
Sniper is
go.
completely different. That's a movie about post-traumatic stress syndrome. That's not
And you know
G.I.
what?
Joe. Like
they can tackle that in G.I. Joe.
I don't know if Danny McBride is doing that.
I do like the plot where they have to infiltrate a city that's all lived in by Cobra, like it's a Cobra like city or province or whatever it is. That's like their bad guy. So it's like if you were to go into somewhere that like always run by Hydra. So I like that idea. That's a fun like sneaking espionage type of pitch. And apparently it's based off a comic book run. But I wish him luck. So. All right, to end it off here, Maddie asks, what are your current top 5 movies of 2026?
I can answer this because according to my list for 2026, I've seen 6 movies.
There we go.
So I have to pick my least favorite, essentially. I've seen 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, Project Hail Mary, Mario Galaxy, Send Help, Evil Dead Burn. Send Help came out this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Evil Dead Burn and Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey.
And I think my least favorite of that. Oh God, that's actually tricky. Is it? It's either Evil Dead or 28 Years. I'll go Evil Dead. Maybe is my least
As your
favorite.
least favorite? Yeah.
Out of those 6, so I'll say that my top 5 is 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, Project Hail Mary, Mario Galaxy, Send Help, and Odyssey.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
easy for me.
Yeah. Taylor?
So looking at my list, it's the 6 movies of 2026. That's what he said.
Yeah. Yeah. In honor of 2026, yeah.
So my last would be Super Mario Galaxy. It's my weakest.
How many movies have you seen this year?
New movies.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16?
Okay, so you're just saying that Mario Galaxy is at the bottom of your number 6.
Yeah, so I'm because it's
Okay.
like it's the top 6 , right? Is that what
Yeah.
he said?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what he said, yeah.
That's
I was just
word for
surprised.
word.
I was just surprised.
It's like the
since-
Brad Bird quote. Like it's like Travis nailed it.
I was just surprised you, the way you're like Mario's at the bottom. It sounded like it was like there's more than 6 even. So
Well, yeah, there's more than 6 on my list, but this is only
I
6.
but you made it sound like it was at the bottom like the whole year. That's why I asked how many. You're like, oh, like 10
Oh.
12? Just wait for it. Okay, so number 6, Mario.
Number 6 is Mario. Number 5 is Send Help.
Okay.
Number 4, Hokum. I fucking love Hokum.
Oh, Hokum. Oh, I don't
Number-
even have that on my list. Let me write that down. Hokum.
Pop that in there. Pop that in there. Number 3, The Bone Temple. And number 2, this is tricky because I was staring at my letterbox for about like 5 minutes thinking, what the fuck am I doing?
Like just
But number-
now when we were
No.
talking? Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Number
That
You have,
could've
you have a
tracked.
tricky 1 and 2 battle, or I can tell.
I do. Both of them are duking it out, and I think it's gonna change like on a quarterly,
Oh, right.
monthly basis.
Mando.
Because Yeah, roll to the high. It's Project Hail Mary is right now number 2, and the Odyssey is number 1.
That is
but
tough.
those can fluctuate. I gotta really stew on that. I'm not sure if the Odyssey was just the hypeness of coming out of that, and I had to put it number 1 or what. But now that Hail Mary is back on, or not back on, it's on streaming now.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna have to give that another watch. And just
Very
kinda
similar list, Taylor,
gauge it.
you and me. I mean, I
Very
kind of
similar.
have to have the same list because I've only seen
Yeah.
6 things. But
We got Hokum in there now, so it's 7.
Dylan, if you had to rank 6 things, what would be at the what would be number 6?
number 6 for me, I would put Evil Dead Burn.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So my top 5 movies of 2026.
Top 5. Oh, this fucking guy. I've been fucking bamboozled.
I sent you the show notes, and I also asked you guys here again. And who ever asked for a top 6?
You did sell it, Travis, by saying, "Well, it's the year 2026."
I did. Oh yeah, I was running with it. I was running with it. I had
You
him.
got him good.
Hook, line, and sinker. All
Top
right.
5 movies. Sorry, Maddie, you got a bonus.
You got a bonus. Okay. In my fifth spot right now, the drama with Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. Really,
Nice.
really
I'm looking
enjoyed
forward to
that.
seeing that one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I hope you guys get to see it around Golden Geeks time. But if not, maybe it could be a pick. But yeah, I loved that one. Tons of fun. Kind of surprised me because I thought, I saw it after the fact. Lots of hype, and sometimes like it's not what we've been watching. But I had it last night where I watched Sheep Detectives. I heard so many good things, and it really is just like a well-made kids movie. Like I think people talk this thing out way too much to me. I think it's just because people saw the poster and the trailer and thought, "Oh, I bet this movie's shit." And when the movie was just good, be like, "Oh my god, this thing's fucking incredible," and they expect something bad. But so I got the drama at 5. I like Taylor. Have Hokum at number 4.
Nice.
Loved Hokum. You know, creepy hotels. Adam Scott, Irish, Scottish lore, whatever. Great time.
What else could you ask for?
Yeah. Number 3, I got Obsession. Phenomenal film. One of the scariest movies I've ever seen. Number 2, I got Project Hail Mary. And number 1, I got The Odyssey. Like, The Odyssey, I don't see anything knocking that until December 16th. That's the only thing. That's the only time it could get pushed. Other than that, Nolan's my guy. He makes movies I enjoy. So I think that's where I'm at. So,
Good list.
yeah. Let's see here. Vincent Moore says 28 Days Later, Bone Temple for him. Undertone.
Undertone.
Hokum, Master of the Universe. Yeah.
Wasn't that only 4?
Well, he's doing a top 4. I sent him top 4. But he also said he had these other ones. We Bury the Dead, Send Help, The Odyssey, Mortal Kombat 2. I think he's got top 10. Whistle.
Forbidden Fruit. You're making movies up on the spot here.
No, Forbidden Fruit. Oh man, where is it? Where is he? I got so many videos.
Spicy movie?
Spice, just one individual particular.
Who's in it? Who's the spicy one in it?
Victoria Petretti from you. Yes, that I wish more. Dylan just had his George Bush fighting about the two towers.
I gotta watch movies from 2006, but I think I might make an exception tonight.
A juicy Victoria Petretti movie has hit Dylan's feed, but what I'd say is the best way. It's a really fun movie. It's Mean Girls meets like The Coven or like anything type of witchy. But yeah, it's Mean Girls, but they're witches, and it's really fun. But
Nice.
she's a great character and it's not even just that, like, yeah, she does get nude. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about her outfits. I'm talking about the way she portrays herself, and she's not even like a sex pot character, but she's just so like one of those just like flirtations to bring you in, like, The Craft. Yeah, that's not The Coven, The Craft. Yeah, so that is definitely, it's a underappreciated movie this year. Superman Mike says Wuthering Heights, Odyssey, Project Hail Mary, Evil Dead Burn, and Obsession for himself. So there you go. So we got some similarities
Wuthering
there.
Heights not in your top 5 there, Travis.
No, it's in. I got it at 7 right now. So it's in the top 10. It did actually go down a 0.5 after a rewatch. So it's just that third act. It's
Take
not
that fennel.
Yeah, it's not the. I hate it because all the other films got a perfect score for me, but the third act just. I got a lot of issues with it, and it just didn't. But I've listened to that soundtrack quite a bit, so it's great. But then Mike asked us now, with 2026 about halfway through, what are our 5 most anticipated movies for the rest of the year?
I'll take it away.
Yeah, you got it.
My number 1 with a bullet is The History of Concrete, as I've talked about before on the pod, which has a release date now of September 19th or something like that. Actually it's coming out this year. I'm very excited for that. Documentary from John Wilson. Gonna be weird, gonna be interesting, gonna be life-changing. Excited for that. And then I got both Spidey and Doomsday. I'm a Marvel
Both
sicko.
of them?
What can I say?
Marvel
I got them
sicko.
both
That's
in
fine.
there.
Yeah.
I've got Dune in there, even though I, took a bit of a downturn on Dune 2. I'm still excited for Dune.
Yep.
And then the 5th spot was kind of tricky. It's like, do I go Dog Stars? Do I go Digger? But ultimately, I'm gonna go with Werewolf here. I'm gonna go with Eggers. His next freak show weird thing. Because Nosferatu was such a strong ass movie that I'm excited to see what it does next. So that one I gave the number 5 spot.
Yeah. Okay. Taylor, what about you? Or you want me to go?
Ooh, so I'm thinking I got End of Oak Street is my number 5.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one too.
And I've got Insidious Out of the Further, number 4, because I'm an Insidious man. I'm
Fucking
so
title,
there
man.
for-
Oh my
for that.
god.
Yeah,
Out of the
can't wait.
further.
Can't
Jesus
wait.
Christ.
What's worse, that or The Devil Made Me Do It?
They're both so bad. I don't know how they did it twice.
Yeah, they're interesting for sure. And then what else do we got? I'd probably go. I need 5, eh? Fuck.
Or 6.
Right here. Or
4 to
6.
6. In that
Yeah,
range.
4 to 6.
4
yeah.
to 6. 4 to 6. I'm just trying to think of what my third would be because I know my top 2 would be probably Spider-Man and then Doomsday.
Wow. There's something big you're missing here. I would spoil my list. No, it's not a you'll kick yourself the second I say it.
I will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think.
What do you had? Sorry,
Don't
you
tell
had
me.
End of Oak Street, the Marvel stuff,
Insidious.
Insidious.
This guy's
What's he
playing
missing?
his 6-question tricks or whatever on me again.
I mean, I'm surprised. I thought Werewolf would be a shoe-in for you.
This is Taylor currently.
One at a time, please.
And I'm only asking for 5 things here.
Oh, what the fuck is that gonna be, huh? I mean, God
I got
damn.
him. I got this. son
Jackass,
of a bitch.
Best and Last.
No, that's already
Narnia.
out. Narnia, is that what you said?
That got kicked.
They got kicked.
Yeah.
Um,
Want me to give my list? And then you can hear
no,
and you can.
'cause- no, I don't want to fucking.
So you're surprised
No.
it's not on Taylor's list, but
Yep.
but not for me. So it's not a me thing.
No, not a you thing. No.
Okay, interesting.
Definitely
what's
very
confused?
Taylor thing.
Oh fuck! I remember.
But
Go number 3, Resident Evil.
nope, that's not it.
Godzilla
No?
minus 1 maybe
That's the one.
minus 0.
No, I'll keep my list.
What? That no, he's
Resident
lying.
Evil over Godzilla.
Yeah, that's a lie. There's no fucking way. He's lying
It's
just
my
to save
list. What do you
face.
mean I'm
No,
lying?
because you're just saying that to save face. You don't want to give me the credit. You know.
Calling me a liar.
Call me a liar. Call me a liar. Call me a liar.
If I know for a fucking fact this guy, I sat beside him for Godzilla, and the amount of Godzilla he loves, if we walk in the theater tomorrow and there's an early screening for both those movies, and he said you can only see one, Resident Evil or Godzilla minus 0, Taylor,
Ooh.
10 out of 10 fucking times
Are you
is
sure?
walking.
That's a
I
tough
am
fucking call.
positive.
I don't even know what I would pick, to be
Go
honest.
listen to that review. Resident Evil, you play a little bit. Godzilla's your fucking one of your lifebloods, man. Like in this realm,
But
it's
this
Jurassic
is the
Park.
Barbarian Resident Evil, man. This
This is a sequel to Godzilla minus 1. Remember the fucking boat scene? Remember all the radiation stuff? Remember the opening of Godzilla on the island when he comes out of the thing? Like, I feel like if we were, maybe this is a fun cast topic for all of us, see if we could guess each other's, like, the 4, like, Mount Rushmores and stuff in the back of our head. I feel like Godzilla might be one of them. I know it's Jurassic Park. It's probably Bionicles and then Star Wars. Godzilla's probably one of those 4. Rez is not. So I'm telling you all, he's lying. He just does not want to give me the credit. He did not, and the way he's laughing, he knows it.
Call me a liar.
I know it.
well, what's your list? What do you got?
So I got Godzilla minus 1. I got shout outs to, I'll say the shout outs. Godzilla minus 1. I got Werewolf. Okay. Let me push this all back. Sorry. If I'm going in ascending order.
One at a time, please.
Digger would be last on the list, but I'm looking very forward to Digger. I like Inarritu's work a lot. So Digger, minus 0, Werewolf, Resident Evil, and then Dune Part 3. The special shoutouts would be for Oak Street, Spidey, and then fucking October 23rd, boys. Dolly G is back. We're getting a Dolly G movie.
right, yeah.
Your boy, the Dolly G. I can't do it, but I loved that show back in the. I have all the seasons of the HBO show. I love the Bruno movie. I love Borat 1. Borat 2 I've never watched again. I need to give it another chance. But like I I think there's tons of stuff he can do. Like with every generation, when he brings back Borat, he brings back a character, does something. It's like there's lots of things he can do with Dali G, especially just like with a lot of the race culture. There's just tons of stuff he never even touched upon with that character that's now very prevalent now, and he's does such a good job of the satirical humor and making people that are complete assholes see themselves as assholes, but then like walk it back. He does what I just did to Godzilla -1 with a big, oh no, I didn't say that. That's what he's always doing, you know. But I'm excited. I hope that doesn't review poorly. But yeah, there we go. So that is it. Do you guys have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Absolutely not. Said it all. Every word I've ever thought has been said tonight.
Yeah, and I kicked
Good
topics.
for 12 hours.
I kicked like 1, 2, 3, 4 stuff to save in the future. Cause
Just like Armor Wars, that got kicked off the news breakdown. So yeah.
it did. It's been kicked twice now. It's just like the movie.
It's the kind of thing to get kicked. Marvel does it. We do it. Yeah.
Because I know there's a good 20-minute convo there. So I'm like, we'll see. Maybe tomorrow if there's downtime during the panel, maybe we'll bring up them. But yeah, we'll back then, and then we'll be back for Marvel's panel tomorrow. And I promise you, it'll not be boring.
Bye-bye.
Good night.